Hello and welcome to Keto Homestead with Jess. How are you doing? I just want to go ahead and go over a couple of things before we get started. Tonight we have the milkmaid up on the panel to, I guess it would be the left of me, the right of me. I can't point on this thing. We've got Emily, we've got Prepper 101, and we have Virginia Roots. I just want to let everybody know that we're not professional canners. We are canning the way that we want to can. And if you want to learn to can, make sure to do your research, know what you're doing. You can follow along or can with us. Also, I want to let everybody know that Ghost was not able to do the live tonight. So he generously asked me to go ahead and host tonight. So that's what I'm doing. I'm very honored that he came to me and asked. I do have a limited StreamYard, so I can only have 6 people on the panel. I went ahead and posted on my community tab and explained that. If you wanted to be on the panel, to please email me as soon as possible. And the people that emailed me are the ones on the panel. I also have another spot for somebody else that will be coming up later. So I'm sorry if you're not on the panel and you wanted to be, but that's just the way it is with me only able to have 6 people up here. To all my moderators that are in the chat, I usually don't like to go live at night because there's a lot of issues. So please be on the lookout for any trolls, any issues. We're not going to tolerate any bullying or anything like that. So you don't need my permission. You know what to do. So take care of that while me and the panel is up here canning tonight. Is there anything else anybody on the panel wants to add to that?
Nope.
Hey, y'all.
Hello. Other than it's really hot and my glasses are slipping off my face.
Are they fogged up yet?
Yeah.
You can
You have to get some more windshield wipers for your glasses.
Yeah, I do. No doubt.
All right. So tonight we're canning bacon. We are going to pressure can this. There's not too much equipment you need. You need your pressure canner, your par-baked bacon, can't talk, some water, and some parchment paper, and your white vinegar to put in your canner and to wipe the rims of your jars. Tonight we are using pint-sized jars, wide mouth, to make it easier to get this bacon out when we go to do that.
Did you say pint?
Yeah.
You don't. Somehow I thought it was quart.
So, okay, no, that's fine. You're okay, milkmaid. I just find it safer to do the pint size personally, but if you want to do in quart size, that's fine. I just know from canning previously in a pint size jar, a wide mouth pint, you can get 10 slices of bacon in each jar.
I have wide mouth pints. Let me switch them up.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll work with you, milkmaid.
Yeah, I got all quarts too. I killed like 4 people to get those quart jars too, you know.
No, you're fine. I don't know the proportions on a quart size because I don't can with quart. So you guys can be our experiment and let us know how many pieces of bacon fit into that quart size. If you are canning with quarts, your pressure time will be 90 minutes, whereas for pints, it'll be 75.
Please tell me you got some pints too, 101.
No, I got quarts. What do you got?
Well, should I just do quart?
Yeah.
You can do quarts if you want to. Like I told Prepping 101, you guys can let us know how many pieces of bacon fits in a quart.
I could have sworn you said quarts. I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
Yeah, I got quarts. It's cool. I'd rather do them in quarts right now anyway.
Well, I was going to be able to.
How much usually goes in a pint jar, Jeff?
10 slices of bacon go into a pint.
So, like,
well, I know Milkmaid has a big family, so she may need the quart.
Yeah, I understand that. I'm not sure because I don't pressure can in quarts. So
So you've never done quartz with it?
No.
Oh, so it's probably just fine. Yeah.
It'll be fine. Hey, Lake Farrier, how are you doing? Hey, everybody in the chat. Sorry we didn't say hi. This is kind of like a last minute thing, and we're just trying to get everything together.
So walk us through what we're supposed to be doing.
Abby's Life is asking where I get my canning lids. I get mine in an Amish shop. They sell them by the sleeve. So if you have any Mennonites or Amish around you, check into them.
I pick mine up wherever I find them. Hardware stores, Food Lion, Kroger, Walmart, Lehman's, which have been sold out early 2020. They have like those huge sleeves now. Have you seen that?
So you just start laying them on the
Yeah.
parchment paper?
So let's go ahead and start. So hopefully you can see what I'm doing. I just get a piece of parchment paper here. Try to move this chair so you can see better.
Look at that pile of bacon.
So you just start laying the bacon down on the parchment paper.
What, in like a line?
Yeah, in a line.
How long should the parchment paper be-ish?
I do it as small, I don't know how to explain it. Like the size of a baking sheet, the length of a baking sheet.
Okay.
That should give you just enough room for 10 slices of bacon.
All right, so I'm going to lay them out and then cut my bacon, my parchment paper. That unbleached stuff is expensive.
All right, does everybody have their first line laid out?
No.
You're fine. Take your time. We're not in a hurry.
Virginia's probably got them all canned up. Okay, got 10.
Yeah, I'll try 10 the first jar and see if I can get more in a quart on the second jar.
I'll be right there with you.
Okay, Debbie Sims, yeah, she's doing it with you at home as well.
Okay,
Nice, Debbie.
awesome.
Good to see you. Or hear you. I can't see the chat, you guys. I'm so sorry.
I'm trying to keep up with the chat and it's just jumping so fast. We've got 28 people in here chatting. So. All right, so the next step is we're going to take the bottom part of the parchment paper. You're going to hold on to the bacon a little bit and you're going to flip it up like this.
Folding in half?
Not completely in half, just a little bit, about this much of the parchment paper.
So like a third maybe?
Yeah. Yep. Prepping 101, you got it.
Now is this the same for quartz, do you think?
Yeah, it would be the same.
Okay.
So now
It's good to know.
you're going to turn your parchment paper long ways, and you're going to start rolling it up into a roll as tight as you can get it. And try to keep that flat down as you're rolling.
Almost lost bacon. Lots of crackling, y'all.
Milkmaid, were you just eating your bacon?
No. Never. Never.
Oh, yeah, you can do more than 10.
All right. So it's going to look like this once you have it wrapped, right?
Okay.
You're going to put it in your jar, and then you're going to push down the rest of that paper.
I'm going to try more than 10.
No, you should be able to get, I would say, maybe 15 to 20 in a quart.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm just gonna add my paper on here.
oh, sorry. Would you say 101?
So I'm gonna try to add more than 10. I'm gonna I bought cookie sheet size parchment paper. So I'll just lay one on top of the other.
This is a quart size with 10 thick slices. I can't do cameras. So
Yeah.
look about right, Jess, or maybe should I pack more?
I would pack more into it as well, Milkmaid. Yeah, Virginia, yours looks good.
Well, then I need more.
So while Milkmaid and Prepping 101 is getting theirs together, me and Virginia is going to wipe our rim with white vinegar and put a lid and ring on.
This works because since we didn't know that it was supposed to be pint, sorry, 101 again, I'm sorry.
I got 17. I'm gonna try 17.
We're doing. If you can fit 17, I'm getting 2 jars. I like the thick cut ones. I hard like flavored paper.
101, Bug Dude would like to know if any of that bacon's going to make it into the jars.
What's that?
I said Bug Dude wants to know if any of that bacon is actually going to make it into the jars.
Let me tell you what, it was hard to get it out of the cookie sheet earlier on a plate. It was smelling pretty good in here.
I had to swat away a couple of hands and I might have had a piece. Or 2.
I'm not gonna lie, we nibbled on it too while it was baking.
It smells so good.
My best life.
How many did you do, 101? Oh,
Get it wrong.
right on top. Okay. So, easy bacon.
All right, I'm gonna get back to scanning. I think everybody's caught up, right?
Fine. So basically, you kind of wanted to fill the radius of the jar, and then when you squish it down, feel kind of full, yeah?
Yeah, you want to try to get it as full as you can, so that there's no space there.
I mean, there's still space, but
Yeah, I've got a lot of space.
Go ahead and adjust it then if you want. Virginia, yours looks pretty good. Yours is,
Okay.
it looks like mine.
Okay.
But yeah, it looks good, Milkmaid. How many did you get in there?
they're thick slices.
Okay.
I'll try and fit more in the next jar. Even if I have to can a bunch of water, I don't care. I just want to try this out because it's cool.
If anybody hasn't tried canned bacon before, this is so good. This bacon, once people start tasting it, it won't last very long on the shelf.
Guys, if you guys have been buying lids for your jars, where have y'all found them at? There's a question in the chat.
Jars?
Have you guys seen lids available in your area? If you've been buying them, where have you saw them at?
Walmart.
The only place that I generally can find them, if I can find them, is, well, but I think that the quality is particularly superior from Ball or Car. And then I've noticed that if you go into, like, say, Walmart or bigger stores and that kind of thing, if you go to the city parts, not the ones on the outskirts where people actually, they generally have canning supplies in in stock more so than the ones that are on the outskirts. Those get bought up like super fast. That's experience. That's my experience. Probably not much.
Stuart, you better quit stealing his bacon.
Huh?
You better guard your bacon 101. Stuart says he's stealing it when you're not looking.
I feel like making a gigantic BLT right now.
Yeah.
Oh,
Don't say that. I'm starving over here.
it's a good thing that people can't smell this, man.
I can see it. That's enough.
Right? I mean, look at that.
And Virginia has hers laid out like a buffet over there.
Oh yeah.
Girls on point. I'm not gonna lie.
Cashew, that would be hysterical. I don't know how he would do it, but it would be hysterical.
Huh?
Cashew said, I'm going to freak out a little if I see Stuart's hand enter into the camera frame.
That would be hilarious.
So why parchment paper? Why is parchment paper different than like wax paper or anything else?
Well,
Yeah, I haven't made sure I got
Parchment
the
paper, why is it more special to use than wax paper or?
because the wax paper has wax on it, you don't want to hand with that. With the parchment paper, it's just parchment. It's like freezer paper. It's more food safe long term.
Okay.
I'm a little nerdy. I use the unbleached stuff, but I mean, I'm paranoid. I think I might get 3 jars, baby. I might. You know, like, okay, so I got the thick cut bacon at Sam's Club, right? A couple weeks ago, the last time I bought bacon, and I have like 20 freaking pounds of bacon in my freezer, but it's not smoked, so I couldn't use it because I eat bacon that's not smoked. So I need to smoke it. Well, I went to Sam's Club and bought the same exact bacon, 4-pound pack of thick cut bacon. It went from $60 for 4 pounds to $20.
Jeez.
I thought was a little insane. So what I think I'm gonna do is just pour enough to fill another jar, and there's still some space in my full jars. I'm just gonna make another roll with it. What do you think?
Can you say that again? I'm sorry, you're cutting out like every other word.
Of course I am. Sorry. I only have 8 more pieces. Won't fill another jar. Should I just go ahead and take these 4 pieces and shove them?
You can try. See if it'll work.
I mean, I figure if we want to fill up the space, probably
Yeah.
a good idea.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Awesome job, Alicia. Thanks for coming in and canning with us. I really appreciate it.
Alicia Stone is in there canning with us too.
Yeah.
Don't worry, Milton, when you get your first check from your record deal, you can get better Wi-Fi.
Seriously, though, you know I'm a horrible rapper, right?
That was a great video, man.
You know,
Milk Maid, we're going to have to get someone to try the Melon app and see if you come through any better, if that will help you any.
I hope so. Hopefully, because StreamYard, it just doesn't work very well for me. I mean, I do have horrible internet. This is my good internet. Is it that bad?
What?
I think it's better if you're
I'm sorry.
closer to your microphone. You come in better.
Let me wash my hands. I'll see if I can fiddle with stuff.
So then you wipe the tops off with the vinegar, you said, right?
Yes. Wipe the rims off with white vinegar. I don't know if this is bugging anybody else, but all this grease on my fingers just drive me nuts.
Yup.
Let's see if I can fiddle with this. One moment.
Did everybody on the panel bake or did you fry your bacon?
I
I
baked
did it
mine.
in the oven.
Yeah, I was
So,
done
I know-
in the oven as well.
Okay.
I baked. Hey, Emily, is that any better?
So far, I hope so. You didn't break up that time.
Let me make sure that there's nothing else on this Wi-Fi.
I know
Hey, Ark Wildman. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I tried baking mine at 400 degrees for 20 minutes, and it wasn't cooking it very well. So I ended up, with my oven anyway, I ended up adjusting it to 450 for 18 to 20 minutes, and I'd flip it about halfway.
Is that thick cut?
I'd call it like a medium cut. It's not thin and it's not thick.
Right. Like normal cut.
Yeah.
Oh, look, Virginia's already putting her thing on. Surprise, surprise.
Do you also put the vinegar on the lids too, even if you wash them?
Just the rims of the jars.
Just the rims? Then you can put the lids on?
Yes.
That's just to clean off like anything that might have gotten on the rim while you're stuffing stuff in there. I'm gonna have a water first. The rest I'll get in water.
Now this step is pretty important for anybody following in the chat. Make sure you put a splash of white vinegar in your canner, especially if you have hard water, but it will help keep the grease off of your jars when it's canning, and you'll be able to wash them up a lot better when everything is done.
Hey, 101.
Huh.
I was watching you tighten those lids. Don't man tighten them. Woman tighten them.
I was getting ready to get a towel to tighten them up too.
Yeah, when you get them too tight, you won't be able to get them off. No matter how good show you are.
Good looking out, Milkmaid.
I'd get a hammer. Let's get a hammer.
Look at that. All right. You know what? I can use hot water for this. I'm going to can water for the rest of the jar.
So, quick question. I think Milkmaid already answered it. So I only have 4 jars.
Get 3 more. Sorry.
Do I put blanks like water-filled jars in there to keep the jars from moving?
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead and fill up your jars with water, and then that'll keep them from wiggling around. And not only that, but you've got sterilized water.
So,
And then you can always dump that out when you want to use the jars for something else. But that's
so if it
kind
holds
of
7 jars, I just put 3 blanks in there?
pretty
Yeah.
much.
No? Okay.
Also, a little tip I forgot to tell, because not a lot of people know this, but instead of using the canning rack in my canner, I use a sour flat cloth, or you could use a tea towel or dish towel or something like that. And I put that in the bottom of my canner instead of the rack, so that I can go ahead and fit more jars in there.
But we can use the rack if we're using the rack, right?
Yeah, you can use the rack. That's fine.
Okay.
I just prefer using the towel so I can get more jars in my canner.
So the water's going to expand. How high do you fill it?
Inch. Like
Inch.
to the bottom rim.
Right at the crown? Okay.
I mean, I suppose it wouldn't kill you if it's less, but why do less?
Yeah.
Jess, just so you know, Alicia Stone said she was just a little bit nervous about the pressure. So I'm trying to keep an eye on her comments to make sure she doesn't have any questions.
Okay. In my area, it's 10 pounds of pressure. I'm not sure where everybody else is, but 10 pounds of pressure that I'm setting my piano.
So under 1,000 feet elevation is 10 pounds. When you go over 1,000 feet, the 1,500 you go up another 5 pounds.
Okay, you're breaking up, Milkmaid, again. I did not hear any of that.
I should write things down.
Hold up index cards.
Is anybody in the chat or on the panel scanning over 1,000 feet elevation?
Try that again, Milkmaid.
Is anybody in the chat or on the panel over 1,000 feet elevation? I might have to switch to my phone.
You broke up.
Give me one moment.
The best place, give me your area and I can let you know. A generalized assumption or a guess there, and I can just put that in.
Hold on. I'm going to go to private chat.
So just for a dummy like me, in case anybody else is watching this, so you put the blank jars in there to keep them from moving around, rattling, and hitting each other and breaking, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Right. I asked a lot of questions. So I can go ahead and start heating it up?
Yeah, go ahead and put your pressure canner on high. Make sure you don't have your weight on there or your gauge.
No jiggler yet.
No.
I got a Presto. It doesn't have a jiggler. I tried it out today. It's a pain in the butt. Should have got one with a jiggler.
All right. Milkmaid said that if anyone in the chat or panel is over 1,000 feet elevation, then there would have to be an adjustment of elevation. Do you know what the elevation is, or what the pressure is for above 1,000, Milkmaid?
And that's why I was asking him what location was he in.
So I looked earlier. It said up to 2,000 feet, that should be 11 psi, and I think above 2,000 feet, it should be 16 psi.
Okay.
That's what I checked out earlier. So I think it's 2,000 is 11, and 2,000 and above is 16.
All right. Now the only thing we have to do is wait for that to come up to pressure. And if you have a dish towel or a canning, I don't know what you call it, a canning pad or whatever, you want to get that out so when your cans are done, you can sit them on the towel so that your jars don't crack sitting on a bare counter.
Does the towel have to be dry or wet, or does it matter?
I don't think it matters, honestly, as long as it's not hitting a cold surface.
I'm looking up the elevation.
What happened to Milkmaid? Hey, Rolling.
She probably dropped.
How's everybody doing?
Good. How are you?
Busy.
Hi, Rolling.
How's it going, Virginia? Prepper 101, good to see you.
Roland, good to see you too, bro. I'm glad to see you back, man. 2 weeks ago, you weren't looking too good.
No, I'm back.
Mark, off the top of your head, do you know about pressure in higher elevations? I'm waiting for my internet to connect to pull it up.
I can go get the book, but I can tell you in a
That's what
second.
I'm doing. What?
All right, Milkmaid, I seen your message. There you are. Hello.
Okay, let me know if that's better.
The dog back there?
Sounds better so far.
Good. Yeah. Sorry.
All right.
Oh, hey, Mark.
Hi, you.
How you doing?
You guys are looking for altitude from 1,000 to 3,000 feet is increases by 5 minutes. 3,000 to 6,000 feet increases by 10 minutes. And then 6,000 to 8,000 feet increases by 15 minutes. So the processing time given for specific recipes and altitude is 1,000 feet or less. When pressure canning fruit above 1,000 feet, processes of 10 pounds of pressure increases by that altitude.
Really? I didn't realize that you could just increase the time instead of the pressure.
Yep.
Huh.
You just used that Amish cookbook, didn't you?
No, I use my
That's what I got. Oh.
Presto canning book.
So I'm at 400 feet. So I should be 11 pounds?
So you're
I
just
used the
going,
Amish one.
you're going to your normal time. So you're going to do, for meat was 90 minutes. So that would be your normal time. Yep.
At 11 pounds?
I use 10 pounds, but
10 pounds?
Gonna blow up the house, y'all.
let me see. Let's see. It says, let's get right in here. Canning recipes, meat.
Hey, Moonface 5, how you doing?
She's running ragged.
Because
Well, that's because of you.
ragged. Yeah,
What?
you're making her run ragged.
Yeah. She's trying
And I
to.
said it was your fault.
Okay, I just put 2 and 2 together.
She's recording a video for me, and she's cleaning up stuff and making food right now.
Sounds like a pretty awesome person.
Oh, she is.
Absolutely.
Okay, I can see it.
Firefly Farm is asking how my hen is doing. So for anybody that doesn't know, I had a hen that became egg bound yesterday, and I was trying to get that egg out, and she still has not released that egg. I called a couple of vets today, quite a few actually, and no vet will look at chickens anymore. So she either works it out herself or she doesn't make it.
You know the person I told you that had a video up about that?
Uh-huh.
She can probably tell you. I can send her an email and see.
Okay.
Yeah, I happened to like see that, but I never got a chance to watch it all. I'm so sorry. We went to bed early last night.
It's all right. I mean, she's still eating and she's still drinking, so that's a good sign.
Yeah.
Good to see you, Lake Fairy.
Hey,
Well,
girl.
They said that you had about 48 hours before something bad happened.
Yeah.
I want to say my aunt had an egg-bound chicken. Did you put her over like steamy water and that kind of thing?
Yeah, I gave her like a hot Epsom salt bath. We did some crazy things on that live last night. She got some lube. She
But
got,
have you continued to do it?
yeah, I continued to do it. She got a rice sack, rice heat pack. Like, I tried everything.
Poor thing probably felt violated.
I felt violated. Like, I did not want to do that.
Yeah.
So guys, we are working on the Pit Boss series for the Homestead. That's why I'm not cooking tonight. I'm actually cooking out on the Pit Boss right now.
Oh, that was interesting, Siri.
Yeah, we're gonna be making. We made a pizza last night, and tonight we're making spare ribs on the Pit Boss.
Yum. Yeah, I have kind of smokehouse envy, guys.
Yes, Firefly. It's still the same. It's still just pink and swollen, nothing else. Oh no.
Sorry, I'm gonna take a front porch break real fast.
Jess, because he had to add water to some jars to fill the space, you should tell him about the galls. Stuart just mentioned it. Remember how you told us about putting the galls in it and stuff?
Yeah, sometimes I will also put gauze in my water jars and just make it sterile water with gauze for medical uses later on. That's a good way to use the water jars as well.
That's really clever. I've never heard of that. That way you know for sure it's sterile.
So you just leave it in there the whole time?
Yeah.
When you're done? Oh wow, never thought of that.
Yeah.
That's super clever.
Hey, so you get all this extra bacon grease.
Save it.
Save it for your cooking. I personally use it to fry turnips or radishes in. I fry my eggs in it.
Potatoes are really good in it.
Mm-hmm.
Potato salad with bacon grease is, oh my word, good.
Potato salad with bacon grease?
Yep. Don't use too much, but just a little.
I'll try that.
My grandparents used to have a little cup right on the top of the stove, and every morning they would take the bacon grease, pour it in there, and everything that they cooked with it, they'd oil their pans. But obviously, we're using cast iron pans in that time frame, so it's really, really good, and it actually seasons your pans too. So if you're using cast iron pans, a great way to season those pans is with bacon grease.
Oh yeah, that's what I use.
Hello to everybody just popping in, Prepping 101, welcome. Anybody else I missed, I'm sorry. Hello and welcome.
Hey, Prepping 101. Hey, you know what also you can use the bacon grease for is pate.
Pate. Never had that.
Make a liver pate. It's the only way I can eat liver.
No, thank you.
Do you put Milkmaid? Do you put the glug glug in your potato salad too?
Not that much. Although you've given me an idea now, I might try it.
I might have to try it with heart. Now you just gave me an idea with heart.
What, the glug glug or the bacon grease?
Bacon grease.
Heck, you could probably put it in sausages.
I don't know. Sausage pork is already greasy enough, and we lean it out when we do our homemade sausage. We already lean it out pretty good. I got a really great recipe for that, but I might try some of that and just see what happens. It might make the tooth slides a lot better.
Or like deer or elk or something else like that. Do you guys get elk out there?
By us, yeah.
I mean, are they as lean as deer?
Actually, they're leaner than deer.
Really?
So,
that's impressive.
We if you got elk and caribou, stuff like that, we add fat to that because venison is lean the way it is, but then all wild animals besides bear, raccoon, stuff like that is greasy. And don't mind me, I'm just putting away my mess. We add that all. We'll add bacon to a lot of stuff.
Yum yum.
Yeah, Kicking It Homestead says green beans with bacon grease. That's real good too.
Oh heck yeah.
So if you guys are watching me and Gray the other night, I just found my other one. I was looking for stuff today because I lost one of my mics, and here's one of my radios I found.
Nice.
Yeah, Hello, Southern Belle teacher. Bushcraft family saying homemade bacon grease mayonnaise. I've never heard of that. That sounds good.
Ooh, yes.
Ooh,
You
yes.
can dress romaine with bacon grease too.
Oh my gosh, and make the mayonnaise and then put it on a BLT.
Yeah.
Oh,
Not to try that now.
now I gotta wait for the tomatoes to come in because the store ones they don't even compare.
Hey, so
For
what about-
people,
Oh, go ahead. I'm
for
sorry.
people labeling, if you use the blue tape, painter's tape, this doesn't leave a residue on your jars and your lids. It's better than the masking tape or even just writing on it. This you can peel off easily and you're not going to have to mess with the sticky later.
What do you write on there? Just the date and what it is?
Sorry,
Yeah,
Emily.
6/26/21, and I'll know it's bacon because it's the only thing in paper. But yeah.
Well, and here's another tip that I learned off of Rain Country. You can use a Sharpie on your lids and it'll wipe off with rubbing alcohol as long as you do not scrub those lids with those green scrubbies or sponge scrubbies and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
You can wipe it off, especially if you're dehydrated and reusing your, because apparently lids that have gone through a canning process and you're done with them, they actually work better for when you're vacuum sealing dry foods. Something
And
about the rubber.
if you're a machinist and you have your hands on some acetone works wonderful for taking that off real fast.
Fingernail polish remover.
Yeah,
There you go.
Hey, Prepper 101. The chat is asking if your mother-in-law is with you.
She's at the zoo.
You just
No.
stay your home on the weekends.
Wow, you're gonna get shot.
You get shot. I think the safe's open too. That's the bad part about it.
That's a bad thing there, buddy.
I thought you were working on clean your wood chipper there, 101.
Right?
You know, man, dried up blood and hair is hard to get out. I had to go down to Harbor Freight and get a sandblaster.
Oh, no.
You guys, you better be careful because you got people that you be in the same thing that Ed was dealing with 2 days ago.
Oh, no. It's a joke, y'all. It's a joke.
Hey, do you guys know a prepper? He doesn't go outside his channel much. His name is Demcad, DEMCAD. His mom died, so I didn't know if you guys watched him. It's kind of sad.
Oh, no, I didn't
He's a
know.
good dude.
That's
Yeah,
sad.
he's a really good dude.
Prepper 101, how many slices did you get into your quart jar?
So the way I was setting my paper up, I probably could have did more. I probably could have stretched it out. I probably could have got 20. I was doing 15.
Okay.
And I was taking 2 cookie size sheets of parchment paper and just kind of overlapping them. And I got 15, and I could have got 20 in there easy.
Okay.
So the next time I do it, I'll do 20.
I think I did 15 in one and 17 in the other, and then I had 8 slices left. So I shoved in 4 slices each into the jars, and that
Kinda
seemed
creepy.
to fill it all up.
I had almost the same numbers. Yeah, one jar was 17. Two jars are 15, and one jar has 15, and then another 8.
I was just joking at that bacon price, man.
So I wonder if I could do some canned ribs.
Ooh, I bet you could, but they fall right off.
Well, yeah, they fall off. I'll have to do the old Texas style where the bite marks, so it's not quite as like the old fall off the ribs like I'm doing with this batch. But I'll bet you I could can ribs.
Which those would be good.
Wouldn't be much there, but
pretty good.
it would be really good. Yeah, you're right, Pepper 101. That'd be pretty good.
Ribs are my weak spot. They're so freaking good.
Especially when you smoke them for 3 hours, wrap them in butter, and you mop them with butter and brown sugar and put them on for another 2 hours, pull them back off, and then you put them on the pit and you cook them for another hour. Just pull that bone right off.
Oh,
So would you
man.
leave the bone on? Bone in? Would you
Bone
do
in,
that?
yeah. Yep.
Oh, that'd make them really good.
Mm.
All right, Sarah, I'll see you in a little bit. How's Alicia doing? Anybody seeing anything from her in the chat? She's canning with us as well. And Susanna, how are you doing?
Alicia said she's just putting hers in the canner.
Well, mine
Okay.
takes forever to get up to the point where it's actually venting, so I'm always the last. That's okay though.
I'm venting right now. I'm just waiting for the little deal to pop up.
Yeah, I've got a little venting.
I wonder what my venison bacon would do canning.
You make venison bacon?
No, I don't make it. I have somebody else make it for me, but then I get it back. So it's like a normal bacon process. You could actually do it because all it is going to be the like on a pork for a pig. It's the bottom half is your bacon. It's your belly slab. Same
Right.
concept here. And I'm just wondering how venison bacon would be canned up. I wonder if that would be really good or not so good because it's pretty lean. You got to be careful with it.
Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say it's pretty thin. When I've been, butchering deer and stuff like that, the belly slab is generally not that thick.
Yeah, you gotta pick your deer, the one that the hefty ones, the fatties. Them are the ones you're looking for. And then you say I want bacon out of that one.
Okay.
Buzzy Cork said 5 years ago I canned 24 pints and a half jar of hamburger. Opened it up this winter and it was great.
Well, I'm gonna give a little secret out that Moon did 7 or 9 quarts of hamburger the other day, and I'm looking forward to that.
My little deal popped up. I'm getting to put my jiggler on, right?
Yeah.
I didn't cannon her and Jeff were cannon when I was sleeping.
Me and Moon Phase 5 have been kicking butt at cannon every morning.
I got to go build. I'm in like emergency mode. I got to go and build some more shelves because I got too much to put up and not enough room anymore.
Do you build them to size, like quart size shelves, pint size shelves, that kind of thing?
No, we double it so that you can actually stack your pints and then your quarts will fit in there also. So like when we do our homemade sauerkraut and stuff like that, we'll double stack that up because we found out for meal wise or stuff like that, a pints work so much better. And then for like the beans and stuff, pints are exactly equivalent to what you're getting in a can. That's 16 ounces or 15 point whatever in like canned beans. And we now can have that in a pint and buy it. So you get 3 pints for 1 bag, and I just picked it up today. They're $1.15. So you figure that out, you're actually gaining a lot because you'll get 3 pints out of 1 bag of dried beans. So if you go to the store and you buy that, you're looking at 78 cents to $1.15, whatever it is for 1 can versus 3 cans. So you're actually tripling your money there.
Now, Mark, I have a question. Do you put anything in between your jars when you stack them?
I was going to ask that.
They say you're supposed to put cardboard. I never have. Don't listen to me. I never have, and I never had any problems. But they say that you're supposed to put something in between them.
Yeah. And I have tried stacking them before, and I have lost seals on a couple of my jars. That's why I just wondered.
Yeah.
Maybe,
I don't. What?
I was going to say, maybe clarify why generally you wouldn't stack unless you're a rebel like Mark.
They say that you're supposed to put cardboard or something between them to stop that from happening. I've had pickles. I have all of my beans. I have everything that are double stacked. I've never had a problem yet. Knock on wood, or plastic or whatever. But you're supposed to put a barrier between them. The old boxes that you used to get, like your grandparents used to get, actually had the covers on the boxes, so when they would put them aside, they could stack them that way. Well, I found out we don't get them that way anymore, so I just have to get and do with what I got.
Hey, that's a good idea. Fuzzy Fork says use pool noodles to separate the jars.
Oh, that is a good idea. Like I've always heard just a layer of cardboard, and the reason being is that if you have two jars stacked on top of each other, you can create a false seal. Like there's one that might break, and then the weight of the jar on top of it would then create the illusion that it would be sealed, basically.
Yeah, you're still, when you crack that, you're still gonna smell it. I mean, I don't matter. It doesn't matter if you've got vegetables or whatever. If you crack a jar that isn't sealed, it's enough to make someone gag, because it's bad. You'll know right away.
Yeah, I remember Ghost talked about he only puts the ring on if he's moving them somewhere, if he has to stack them up, and then he takes the ring back off.
Yeah.
And he didn't put it all the way tight either. He left like almost
Yeah, he
a
did.
barrier so that
That way it took the full load and not the top. Yeah.
I mean, different strokes for different folks. I tend to be paranoid.
I kind of.
I'm at 10 psi, so I set it for 70 minutes.
70?
Is it 70 or 70? I always get thrown off. I got to double check my notes.
Okay.
Yeah. Hopefully my Wi-Fi holds up, y'all. I'm trying.
Wait, did you do pints, Virginia?
Yes, she did.
Okay.
So I was looking at my handy dandy book here from Presto,
Yeah, 75, Virginia.
Okay.
and they're talking that we can can Swiss steak,
What?
short ribs, corned beef, braised beef, Italian beef, ham boiled, Virginia ham, pork roast, spare ribs with barbecue sauce. So yes, I can can my ribs.
I need to can some ham because I got some on sale. All my hams that I got back never got smoked. I have smoker envy, y'all. I got to build a smoker.
Only way to go.
Freaking lumber prices are killing me, though.
So Jess, it'll be 75 minutes even in a quart jar too?
No, in a quart jar, it'll be 90 minutes.
90 minutes.
We're stuck together, 101. Well, I wasn't going to wash more jars.
Yeah.
The other thing, Milkmaid, if you never had a double smoked ham and smoke them traditionally, you'll
No.
never go back to a normal ham.
So how do you double smoke? Tell us.
So a double smoked ham is your traditional ham are going to be liquid dip smoked. So what they do is they take it and they will dip it into like liquid smoke, and then they put it in there in an oven and they cook it in that process. So a double smoked ham is when we take it and then we will actually put it in a smokehouse and we smoke it with either, like I use apple and hickory mix, or I'll want to use a competition mix. And then we smoke it that way traditionally, and then we'll make our own glaze and we'll put the glaze on top of that afterwards. And we like a sticky glaze. So when my thought process is that if you're eating ham or anything like that, when you're done, you should look like you just had a barbecue, all messy and sticky and everything. That is the best.
Amen. Eating should be enjoyable and healthy, but enjoyable.
Oh, I guess Lazarus Homestead's leaving. Have a good night.
Bye, y'all.
I thought Chris was coming up tonight.
Well, I didn't know that they had made plans to come up on the panel. I guess this was a miscommunication. I had made a community tab and told everybody that wanted to be on the
I'll
panel.
step down if he wants to come up.
Email me.
Cool.
So
Actually, I'm not the one cooking. If he wants to hop up, I can jump off. It's up to you.
that's up to you. You want to jump down, that's fine.
Yeah, I'm actually making my video and stuff. So, we're cooking ribs. So if he wants to, he can pop up and I'll jump down. So if he wants to get in there, send him the link and then I'll hop off.
And if Lazarus Homestead wants to come up, that's fine. If you want to email me so I can send you the link, I'm not going to drop the link in the chat.
Nope.
So 101.
Huh.
How's it going with the whole like looking around and maybe going to another place?
Oh, looking for another place?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking for like Montana, Wyoming, maybe South Dakota.
Coming up in my neck of the woods,
Yeah, where you live? Montana?
Wisconsin.
Wisconsin? Yeah.
Wisconsin. Sorry, I couldn't resist.
Where the snowbirds are.
Montana, the property values have gone. I want to start from scratch, so I want to buy. It's fair, I want to buy 40 to 80 acres, but in Montana, it's just not worth it. So I'm kind of. Wyoming is nice. I've been looking at like Casper. It's different in Wyoming. My son and I were there in January, and I just called. It was like America, man. It was sweet. People were nice, and it was just like, it was. I don't know. I can't even explain it. But I can get land fairly cheap there. I can get
Yeah, it's because it's like
$800 an acre somewhere in there. What's that?
It's because it's a frozen turd like it is up here. 6 months
Yeah,
after
you know what? So, and that's what everybody keeps telling me. They go, "Oh man, why do you want to move there? It's cold." And I tell them, "Yeah, but it's the least populated state, so I don't have to deal with people, right?" And I'm not hitting on nobody, but the crime rate's really low there. In Wyoming, the drug use for teens is really low. They have one of the best school systems. You don't have a bunch of people coming here illegally, taking my job or taking advantage of the system.
Yeah.
And land, like I said, land's fairly cheap.
But it's beautiful out there, and if you're willing to put in the work, I mean, it's freaking work to do a homestead, especially from scratch. But
and I'm ready for that,
it's good work. You fall into bed and you're
out.
pleased with yourself. Yeah. Yeah, you're out. Definitely. 9 o'clock starts to feel late. Like, this is my late night thing, guys.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to it, to be honest with you. So
it's a slower. We did so much moving and so much peopling that I'm over that. I'm happy. I'm actually unhappy to go into town 3 to 4 times a week now. I mean, 3 to 4 times a month now. Like, it's too much peopling. Y'all are my tribe. Love hanging with y'all.
yeah, I've been watching a lot of you guys, like you, Milkmaid, Native, Ghost, Backwoods. You guys got Hutch. You guys live up in the woods and stuff. It's so beautiful there. I mean, you had your video of your cows. You were moving your cows from one section to the other. It was just so green. I was like, man, where I live, it's only green if you irrigate. You have a sprinkler system. There's no green here all year round.
Where are you at?
I'm in California.
That's why. My dad just moved from California to Tennessee, and he was just blown away. He's like, I've never seen so much green in my life. I was like, I've tried to tell you for years.
Yeah, I live in Kern County, and the mountains around here were green for about 2 hours, and that was it, literally. And then
he was in Ready up by Shasta Lake.
Oh yeah, that's beautiful up there. Yeah. They just got wiped out by that fire a few years ago.
Yep.
When we went out to see my daughter in Arizona, we were flying, and I got the crap seats, so I'm stuffed in between 2 people, masks on. That was so much fun. But looking out the window, I just saw brown everywhere, and there were these little patches sometimes of green, especially if they were in the mountains of Arizona, and you could see kind of a gully that would go down. You knew that probably rainfall kind of collected there, and there was a little strip of green. And then it was funny because I was like, man, it's so brown. And then when we came back, we're flying over Virginia and Tennessee and all of that. I'm like, look at all the green. I could never move away from this.
Yeah, we took a pretty good trip a couple years ago. We went to Arizona, New Mexico, Texas, and then we kind of had a little extra time before we were going back the next day. So we were in Houston, and we just drove to Louisiana real quick and had dinner. And we got to Louisiana, everything was green. I never seen the asphalt was green. I mean, everything was green. I was like, wow, man. I was overwhelmed. It looked so beautiful. And even Texas, everywhere we went at the time, everywhere we went was lush and beautiful and green. And I like Texas, but I think we're losing Texas.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, the mountains out there though, and I didn't realize how high the elevation was. It was insanely high compared to here. But the mountains were absolutely gorgeous, and the sunsets and the sunrises. I mean, they were stunning there.
In Arizona?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like Arizona. Arizona's a nice state.
All the plants want to poke you to death, though. I didn't understand that.
Fuzzy Fork says y'all might want to think about homesteading in Mexico. There's no one around. They're all up here.
Right?
Yeah.
Long growing season.
Yeah.
See, I was looking in New Mexico and Texas because I work in the oil field, so I could get a job there, right? And in New Mexico, I can buy land fairly cheap. I was looking at Carlsbad, but in the last 2 years, crime has gone up, drug use on kids has gone up. You know, I kind of when you make a big move like that, you gotta think about your family too. You know, you just can't be. It's all about me. You got to go. Well, what's going to be the effect a year or two down the road? What's going to happen to my kid? I don't want to change my life to destroy my own son's life. You know.
Yeah. And you have a son, right? One son?
Well, I go on Maury Tuesday to find out. So yeah, let's find out.
Well, but the thing is, your kid is cute, by the way.
Yeah.
I saw him one time. They
must have gave me the wrong one at the hospital.
He's adorable. But what I was gonna say is, how old is he ish? You don't have to say exactly.
He's almost 11.
Okay. At that age, they transition so quickly. Like, they'll have a hard time, like, maybe the first 6 months, maybe a year. Because ours moved all around with the military, and they became pretty good at that. So it takes a little bit longer if they've never dealt with that. But getting them out of the city life and then getting them into the country where they actually get to experience real life. I mean, we did that late, but man, the effect it had on them was so incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and we'd be out there. He would learn like what you're doing out there. You know, he'd learn how to take care of himself, and he'd be way farther ahead at his age than I was at mine. You know, I was a city kid. But the one good thing about Wyoming, they have coal mines there. And he's 10. He should be able to get a job on a coal mine. He's small and getting the cracks, put the explosives in there. He could probably get a job. You know what I mean? Who knows? I'll make good money doing that.
Pawing your kid off.
So I'm at 10 pounds, so I can put my pressure cap on, huh? Jess?
Oh, man.
What's that? I'm sorry.
I'm at 10 PSI. I can put my jiggler thingamajigger on there?
Yeah, you can put the jiggler on and turn your canner down just a little bit.
Yeah.
10 minutes.
Did
Country
he
boys
time
are
it
where
for
it's
10
at.
minutes? Did I misunderstand that, Milkmaid?
Sorry, I had my jiggler on there.
I don't know. I can't hear.
Prep 101, did you let it vent for 10 minutes?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure. Sorry.
Is that working, Jeff?
Sorry. I just wanted to double check.
Yeah, I hear you now, Emily.
Okay.
Sorry, I was reading the chat, reading Fuzzy Fork's comment there, and he had me laughing. I wasn't paying attention. Dropping his kids, he's telling people drop their kids in a Goodwill box.
Who did that? What? Who said that?
Fuzzy Fork. He said if your kids don't work out for you, there are always Goodwill boxes to dump them in.
Or you just bring them on a homestead and put them to work.
That.
Susanna says, I think I heard his mother-in-law yell at him to put his jiggler on.
That was a good one. Put your kids in a put your kid in a what? What was that, Joe?
Goodwill box.
Goodwill box.
Goodwill box. I like that one. That was a good one.
Hey, Milkmaid, what do I do if I can't read?
Jess, if you want to, maybe one night we can actually test out Melon app or get Mark to do it and pop her on and see if it works.
All right. Yeah, we could do that.
Oh, that would be wonderful.
Yeah, we can do that.
Because I save my internet for these. Seriously. Like if I click on a video, I try to make sure I always choose like the lowest resolution. Like one day I'll have good internet.
That stinks.
That's why you never watch my videos.
Huh?
I said, that's why you would never watch my videos.
I do watch your videos. I even went and watched a smokehouse video because I was really curious about this smokehouse, man. And I had smokehouse envy. You and Thorhaven Farm. Have you seen his smokehouse?
I think mine's bigger than his, but yeah.
Really?
You guys, I'm going to have to take my dog out. I'll be right back.
Emily, it's all about the size of the smokehouse, what you can put in there.
Right.
Sure, we'll go with that.
The more meat you can get in there, the better off you can go.
See, 101 doesn't have any internet issues, do you?
So every now and then I do. I got a wireless router that takes a dump.
Yeah.
But I switch over to my phone whenever that happens. So you don't have a hotspot on your phone?
I do, but it's limited. And
Really?
so, like, if I...
So who's your carrier?
Verizon.
Yeah, I go through, believe it or not, I go through Metro PCS, which is the low budget T-Mobile.
Really?
And it was $30 a month until I added my son. Now it's $40 a month per phone. Unlimited internet, unlimited calls, texts, emails, everything.
Does it slow down after a certain point?
I haven't seen it do it. And,
Really?
I've had it to where I got so upset I almost canceled our internet because there was a few months ago. It was like it wasn't just our it's my wireless router, but then their router was their connection was always dropping out, and I would get kicked off all the time. You'd have to go reset it, and you'd get kind of upset. And so I just switched over to my phone, and I never had a problem with the speed.
Huh. See, with my phone, like right now I'm using my husband's Wi-Fi. He was kind enough to make sure he got all of his work done so that I could use it for this. But usually I'll use my phone, and for some reason, even when I haven't reached my limit for the fast internet, it'll slow down, especially in the evenings. It'll go fine during the day, but in the evenings it slows way down. I don't know if it's traffic or what.
Well, not trying to get your business. What do you pay a month for that?
Gosh, per line, $45 a month.
I'd be yelling.
Oh,
Yeah.
Trust me.
And you're limited, right? Check around. See, that's what I did. I was using Sprint, and they were. Remember when they were telling everybody to come join Sprint and we'll give you half off. I called them and said, "Hey, where's my half off?" And they said, "No, you ain't getting half off." I go, "Yeah, well, I'm just going to cancel you." I ended up checking around, and I just came across Metro PCS. I was spending $90 a phone at the time, and I had 4 phones. And I switched over to them, and at the time it was $30 a phone, and I was like,
I'm writing this down.
Yeah.
Because
I use track phone.
Yeah, I was thinking about switching. They're even cheaper, right? Track phone's even cheaper, and it's unlimited too, right?
Yep.
You'd be best to check around. I'm glad I did, right? I saved. I ended up. My cell bill was like at the time. I think it was $190 a month.
What's really, if you go with the track phone, what's cool about this is it is called Straight Talk, and what Straight Talk does is it uses T-Mobile, Verizon, Amazon, or not Amazon, Verizon, AT&T, whatever tower that you're close to, Straight Talk jumps on and uses that one. So you're just paying for that.
I'll have to look around because I haven't shopped in a while. I always use like Sprint or Verizon. I switched from Sprint when they started getting stupid, and then went to Verizon, and then I don't know. We live in the middle of nowhere too, so I think only Verizon works out here. From what
Well, that's what,
we're in the mountains, so
I'm in the middle of nowhere, and it just depends on where I'm at. But what's nice about this one, the bad thing is this, and you got to buy your own phones, and I'm just too cheap. So anything over $150 is too much for a phone for me. So like this one here this is a $90 or $96 phone, and you just by the month it cost me, I think it was $45 a month, and I've got everything I need on here.
Yeah.
I'll have to look.
You'd be surprised if you check around that you feel stupid because, or I did, because I was like, man, I was paying all this money for less, and it wasn't that money I was paying with Sprint wasn't even unlimited. I still had a limit on everything, and I was like, dang.
Oh well, I feel stupid on a regular basis, so that'll be right on par.
Yeah, I tell you this, guys, all the time, even with the YouTube stuff, they're always coming out with something better, always improving. I mean, your insurance, anything that you have, you can always say, hey, I can go find somewhere cheaper. So if you think it's out of your budget range, or if you think they're screwing you over, just go and call them and tell them and say, hey, I think you're jacking me here. And you'll be surprised how fast they backpedal and want to drop things off. And we'll change this, we'll do this, and we'll do that.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You get that cancellation department, man. They're bending over backwards.
Yep.
When I found my a cheaper cell phone, when I went to Metro PCS, that got me thinking, right? I started going, well, what else can I save money on? And I looked at my auto insurance, and it was $160 a month for 2 cars. And I go, well, I'm just going to call them. Maybe they can bump it down $30 a month or something like that. You know what I mean? I was just in that mood. Hey, I'm saving money. Let's save some money. You know. So I called the lady and talked to her, and she goes, oh no, that's the deal you're going to get. You ain't going to get no better deal anywhere. We can't. But oh, thank you. And I got off the phone while I started calling around. You know what I pay a month? After that, it was $63. I found a place got me down to $63, the exact same coverage. So when I signed up for that, I ended up calling the lady right back. I said, hey, you remember me? She goes, oh yeah. I said, yeah. Hey, how do I cancel my auto insurance? And she goes, what? I said, yeah. You remember you said I couldn't find it cheaper? Yeah, you're wrong. I felt like $90 a month cheaper. Okay. Well, if you add that up, that's almost $1,100 a year cheaper, right?
That's a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's a house payment, you know.
Sorry. Yeah.
Exactly. You guys gotta search. Same thing with like I used to be a big one for Canvia and for my YouTubing and stuff like that. And then Gray Man got me hooked on to Place It, and I love it now. I think it is by far better, and it's cheaper, and I can do a lot more things for it. So it just depends on what you're doing, but they're coming up so quick with technology. Things are changing so quick that you can always find something better. I mean, Melon was really good. They had some issues, obviously, because they're StreamYard driven, or not StreamYard, but Streamlabs driven. They had to get their bugs out, but it's still $15 unlimited versus the $50 for StreamYard. It's a big difference. So you can really do some nice things with it.
And what was this? The streaming service?
That Melon is, and I do have the link for that one, for my affiliate link. You can use that one, and then you get a discount on top of it.
That's the one I was telling you about, Milkmaid.
Okay, yeah. I was wondering because, well, I'm not big enough to stream anyhow. Like, I'm a hobby YouTuber.
The great thing about Melon is that you're not, with Melon, you're not using your data. Once you sign into their stuff, you're using their data. All right, you're using their bit rate, all that other stuff. So it's a really good way to If you're one of those people that live in the mountains or have a problem with your bit rates and your datas and you want to live stream or you want to do YouTube videos, but you don't have that possibility, Melon's the answer to that.
See, I'm hoping people who stream maybe will use something like that, because if, like I said, if I go up on a stream, like that eats a significant portion of the data that I have. That's decent speed, which is not.
Hey, Backwoods and Prepping. Thanks for coming in.
Backwoods.
Milkmaid.
Is he here?
Somebody else. Yes, he is. Somebody said, and Verizon does have it unlimited. It was just going to cost me $30 more a month to get unlimited, and I use Wi-Fi too much to get unlimited everything.
Yeah, see, I mean, supposedly mine is unlimited, but it's like a certain speed up to a certain point, and then after that, it goes down to like, dial up. It's sad. Oh, we got
Flush says okay. Her jars are in the pot, panner on high. So now wait for the air vent to pop up. Gotta wait 10 minutes, right?
Yep.
10 minutes, and the air vent should pop up in that 10 minutes.
Mine's just now starting to funnel. I'm always late, so like y'all end this whenever you want to end it.
See, I don't have one of those air vents. That's like on the jiggler, right?
Like it vents out where you put the jiggler, like this little part
Oh,
right
okay,
here.
yeah.
You can see it? That
Yeah.
I put my hand over. But it's got to funnel real good. And then I wait 10 minutes. And now I never set timers. I just mark the time.
Oh, okay.
The beepers annoy me. Little pet peeve. Sound too much like an alarm clock.
Yeah, I just wait for a steady steam to come out of mine. But my heater's a lot different than your guys'. I don't have the jiggler. I just have a weight to put on top of mine.
Well, for me, the weight is the jiggler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mine just doesn't jiggle.
It doesn't jiggle at all?
I got the,
No.
I do the same thing, Jeff. I wait till I see a steady state stream, and then I'm good.
Yeah, you see Virginia's weight up there, Milkmaid?
Yeah. Same.
That's what my weight looks like.
It's a circle.
Yeah. And yours jiggles? Mine don't jiggle.
I mean, it wiggles. It sputters and spits and does all that fun stuff. Like that. You can tell what end I use the most is the 10.
Yeah.
But yeah, once I set it on, it starts jiggling, and then I start counting and that fun stuff.
yeah, the Presto is not a jiggler. It's just the weight. You have to adjust the temperature all the time. I did a test run earlier today, and I had a heck of. I'm doing pretty good right now. I guess maybe having the cans in there, but I was having a hard time keeping it 11 pounds earlier. I'm doing good now. I was like, I'm happy right now.
Yeah, I was gonna say because Mark, you have a Presto, yes?
Yep.
So maybe you can walk him through that because he was worried that it was fluctuating or
So
hard to keep steady.
What I do is after I put it on high, and then once I get my 10 minutes of steam blowing through and I put my wiggler on and it starts to wiggle, it's still on high, then I'll turn my stove down to 8. And then it just rocks like it should. That seemed to work best for us, and we have one of them glass top electric stoves, and that seems to work the best.
Stuart W. says his doesn't jiggle either. He wants to buy a jiggler now for his.
And you can do that.
Yeah, I guess Presto, you can buy aftermarket little jiggler to put on one.
Just so you can have the jiggle?
Yes.
Just
Well, I
the
mean, you
jiggler.
can use it for a weighted.
Yeah,
You can use it for both ends.
Gotcha.
and you don't have to fiddle with the temperature.
Well, I mean, you still have to fiddle with it so it jiggles just the right amount.
Yeah.
Not too much, not too fast, not too slow.
Not going there, man. I'll leave that one alone. Kid friendly.
What are you talking about? This is all innocent.
All right, so Milkmaid, I am going to put in the chat here the link for Melon. You guys can check this out.
Okay. I'm gonna have to try not to cover up my camera while I look really hard.
Hey, Gardner, Josh.
Hey, Josh.
So right now, for anybody that clicks on that link, it's 20% discount for any paid plan when a friend picks up one building cycle. So you get 20% off of that one off of me.
Nice. Oh, hold on. Wait, do you put that in the YouTube link?
In the YouTube chat, yeah.
Oh, I can't see that. I'll go back and look at it at the replay.
Well, here, okay, hang on. I'll put it in the other chat. The one you can see. There you go.
There we go. I'll just screenshot it. Oh, you know what? I figured out I could go to links. There you go.
But like I said, Melon is an offshoot of Streamlabs. So if you guys have never used Streamlabs OBS before, they're new to this. Streamlabs is very old, and they have their stuff together. The Melon side of things is new, so they are working out the kinks and stuff like that. But they are, I mean, you can actually do 1080p live streaming. There's some really good things with that, and it doesn't use their your bit rate, it uses theirs. So.
See, that's nice. Nice. Got a steady phone. Finally.
Oh,
No, not quite. Lord. There are advantages to having smaller cannos.
Yeah, I couldn't find I didn't think this one was going to show up in time, so I was going to go buy one and then just have a second one, I guess. But I found them, but they were only 16 quarts. And I go, well, I remember, I think you or Ghost were saying you better to have too big than too small. That's what she said.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, if you're putting stuff away, then, I mean, might as well make your time count.
Yeah.
That's my opinion. I ended up what I ended up with because of Craigslist. But it's huge.
That's what she
I'll
said.
put the link in there for that. I heard that 101. I'll put the link in there for the jiggler, the weighted jiggler that goes on the Presto. It's a 3-piece set.
Oh, you found it?
Oh yeah, and you can also get it through actually Presto. They were out, but they have it back in. Let me see what the price is.
You got it on the chat?
I can do it in the private, or you can pull it off the chat on YouTube.
Oh, yeah. There's a chat on here?
Yeah.
Chat on here? I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's only $15 through Amazon.
Good night, Sarah. Thanks for coming in.
Sorry, guys, it's pizza time.
Okay.
I wish I made pork, pulled pork. I haven't
Well,
eaten yet.
I'm working on the ribs, but I'm starving.
I tell you what, they had like some frozen pizzas on sale at the grocery store, and I kind of stocked up for those nights that I just didn't want to cook.
We actually put one on the Pit Boss last night, and it was delicious.
Oh, I imagine.
Yeah.
My favorite are like the homemade deep dish and the cast iron pan pizzas. And like,
Yep. The pizza pies.
I mean, we don't do wheat so well in this family, so I make it with a gluten-free crust, and I've had people come over and they didn't even know the difference. But they're freaking good, especially in the cast iron, getting good grease in there, and yeah, it's great.
What is gluten-free? It just doesn't have wheat? What is that?
Yeah, I mean, wheat is a big gluten thing, and a lot of it has to do with plant breeding over the centuries. But my son had a wheat allergy, so we cut it out about the same time my husband did this whole like primal diet thing. And so we cut it out of our diet. And then when we started adding it back in, I didn't realize all my migraines had gone away. All my varicose vein issues had gone away. And so when we brought it back, I started getting migraines every time I'd have wheat.
Really?
Body aches. Yeah.
Wheat bread causes big time issues. People, unless you're making it homemade with your own stuff and you're eating it within a couple days, you'd be surprised what the breads actually do. Jess has been trying to get us to go to keto, but I like my potatoes too much. I'll do everything but my potatoes. But I found out that when we did like for sandwiches for lunch for work, if I would do it in a tortilla wrap, I actually felt so much better, and I didn't feel like a big lump in my belly.
Yeah, and this was the thing. I used to make my own bread, like from scratch, and I loved it.
Oh yeah, we got a bread maker. So,
But
So-
I'm gonna try einkorn and make a sourdough out of it. Maybe that'll be
So
something I can use.
I quit eating white bread a few months ago because they say it's bad for you, right, or whatever, carbs or whatnot. So we switched to wheat. So I shouldn't be eating wheat now, or what should I eat then?
Well, if your body feels crappy, like just listen to it. Sorry, I have flies all over my kitchen. We live on a farm. Flies happen.
If I don't feel crappy,
Clean me up.
I don't eat that much of it either. So it's just
I find that if I eat like super high carby stuff, then my heart starts racing.
I don't want people to think you're crazy, so I'll help you.
I'll have to pull out the fly swatter, turn the camera off, and start whacking around the kitchen. All you guys are going to hear is smack, smack, smack. My husband said that I'm like a person with Tourette's walking around. No offense to anybody with Tourette's. It's a real thing.
Yeah, Moon has done a lot of research with the whole gluten and the wheat and stuff like that. And I just learned it's better not to ask questions and just
Living.
everything that she makes is really good anyway, so don't worry about it.
Just live in ignorant bliss, right?
When it comes to that, yeah. Because I'm the griller and stuff like that, but I'll tell you what, when it comes to baking, she's got it.
Yeah.
I can't even make bread, so I'm just gonna be quiet on the whole deal. I tried so many times to make homemade bread, and every time I do, it fails.
Really? It's so easy.
I know. I screw it up every time.
Just like a man.
It's good. Homemade bread is awesome. We haven't made it in a while, but it's pretty awesome.
We used to do that, like, you know, the 5-minute artisan bread where you stick the dough in the refrigerator. You just peel off a little bit and you make yourself a little loaf in the oven. So good.
We don't have a bread maker, so I just have to do it naturally, and I'm bad.
It used to be my stress relief. When I would make bread, I would knead the heck out of that thing.
Yeah, but the bread machines do all the kneading, right? Yeah.
What?
The bread machine, our bread machine does all the kneading.
Yeah, see, I just like to take my daily frustration out on the dough.
Oh, yeah.
It's therapeutic.
Hey, Harvey Black.
Hey, Harvey, good to see you.
I'll be right back.
Moon Phase 5 says my baking is no good for you.
Yeah, it's not good for me. It's exactly.
Harvey Black knows he is eating pizza that he tortured us with for the last 2 nights and didn't share.
Oh yeah, when I cooked the pizza in the pit, yeah, that was pretty good.
I freaking love pizza. I could eat it every night.
There's nothing better than having a pizza that you've cooked on a pellet smoker because the bottom gets nice and crusty, and you have that smoke flavor through the cheese and the pepperoni and the sausage and all that other stuff. Yeah.
Hungry.
He's just bragging about
Exactly.
smoker again.
I know. It's 9:30 at night. I'm not supposed to be eating this late.
I'm gonna have to build a smoker and then talk about it all the time.
Well, see, if you're like me, he sends you pictures of the food.
Or now you can wait for a couple of days and it'll be out on my YouTube channel, Pizza on Smokehouse.
Please do. I want to see something like that. That would be cool.
Yep, I got it.
I'm guessing like you have like a whole foodie Instagram channel and everything.
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking y'all are foodies. Not gonna lie.
Yep.
And
101, can you see the chat?
Did you just see that, Emily?
Yeah.
Oh, what did I miss?
Can I what?
Can you see the chat?
Come on, Jess, put it up.
Yeah.
Okay.
YouTube chat?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Oh, well, you're just getting some comments in there.
Can you see it? It won't pop up. There it goes.
What did it say? An hour and a half now? Which one? Suzanne?
Well, I mean, look on, yeah, there's one, and Stuart W. Tab one.
Oh, I missed Stewart's, I guess.
Oh, what is in that cannon? Yeah. Well, you ever seen that movie Motel Hell? That'll answer a lot of your questions.
Me trying to pop up the question or the chat tonight is not working. It's like super slow and then it gets stuck.
B. Mitch just started their canner and got 7 jars, 20 and a half pieces in each of my parchment wrap.
Stuart. Is Bug in there?
I'll be right back. My coat supplies.
He was. I don't know if he still is.
I don't know where is Milkmaid still here?
Yep.
Yeah, I think she just went to do something.
Okay. Stanley says get some of those Venus fly traps. The fly trap plants to set around your kitchen.
Virginia Roots has got it made. Have you guys seen that?
Yeah.
She's got fly traps. Like, it's so cool. I need to do that. It's just like, there's so many. I don't know where they're coming in from, but it's annoying. And like, as soon as I pick up the fly swatter, they go away. Got one. People think it's gross, but it's just part of life.
Yep.
I mean,
See,
maybe it's gross.
I'm looking at the chat right now and I'm going, man, in the last 5 minutes, I probably would have had 13 to 15 comments in there already, man.
Oh, are they right for the picking?
No, that's just me. I would find something.
Uh-huh. No, I do too. I hold back, believe it or not.
Jeff, check your messages.
Huh?
Check your messages.
Me?
Yeah, Jeff.
Oh. Sorry.
Blue.
So, Mark, I'm curious. What is the thing behind you on this green screen? Did y'all make that?
This is our bushcraft camp. So when I did a lot of bushcrafting and survival, I showed the series on how to build one of these. Actually, that's a lean-to, and that's the cabin next to it. And if you go and you check out our 7-day extreme challenge videos, I actually spent 7 days in that out in 40 below weather.
Really?
Really?
Yeah.
See, okay, I don't see a whole lot of your new. Do you make new stuff fairly frequently?
Once in a while we do. This is going to be in the older stuff. The last year was when we did the extreme 7-day challenge, and then with my working all the overtime I do, it's been really slow. We're gonna start up the Pit Boss series for the smoking on the grill and doing other stuff.
Mm-hmm. I'll have to go back and look because that looks really cool.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, I tried to build forts all the time.
I did the lean-to. I actually was the first one to it, and then I made the pine. Spent an overnight or two nights and a day, or 2 days and a night in that one, and we made some pine tea. So that one's out there. You'll see a lot of that one in my bushcraft series, and then the big one, we see that one too.
I'll have to look that up because that looks like fun. Honestly, there's a part of me that like really enjoys the idea of bugging out, but there's another part of me that goes, that's hard living, man.
Pretty much, especially in our environment in the cold times, it's brutal.
That's like screw up and you're dead brutal. Right here, it's like screw up and you get hypothermia, maybe a little bit.
You got to know what you're doing to do that.
Yeah.
I've camped in 8 degrees before. I like cold camping. It was actually wasn't too bad.
It isn't really bad, but like when I did my survival training in the military, and when I came back and we started doing it here, just because of how the humidity and stuff that we have here in Wisconsin, northern Wisconsin, it just gets into your bones. And once you get to that point, it's really hard to get that back out. And the problem is you can only take so much off, so you don't want to over sweat. You gotta really watch what you're doing, and all the wood you cut, you find out real quick, you burn it up in one night. So it's what we're doing is for a couple of years is we'd bring 2 people with us, and they go out there and they found out real quick how fast that you can run into problems in a hurry.
Hey, Chris is back in the chat, says, I only have 45 minutes left on my canning.
Nice. I am just about to put the jiggler on.
Huh? Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Why is it so slow?
Because it's big.
It's big.
It's big. Well, I mean, look at the thing. Like, I am not a short person, okay? I'm like almost 5'8".
Excuse me, that's a short person.
What?
That's a short person. What?
No, I said I'm not a short person. I thought.
That's a short person.
Oh, is it? Well, for a guy, maybe. Well,
So let me get this right. If you're 5'8" and your head looks like it's only about a foot or two above to the ceiling, a 6'5", you'd be bouncing your head off that ceiling.
Yeah, we do have low ceilings. Like, so I'm the shortest person in my family. My brother is 6'4". My sister is 5'9". My husband is the shortest person in his family, as far as the guys go, because he's got brothers who are 6'4", 6'5", that kind of thing. But yeah, we when they come over, they have to duck for the ceiling fans.
I remember doing that. It's not fun to get whacked in the head with a ceiling fan.
It's kind of funny to watch, though.
Virginia, you put yours on 75 minutes, right?
Oh, I did 70, so I guess I have 20 minutes left. I'm right with 101.
So
I got 56 minutes.
Okay.
for courts, we're going 90 minutes, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, y'all are going to be all done and going to bed before mine is done. I just put my jiggler on. It's not even up to pressure yet.
I'm 5'7", and I always thought that was pretty tall.
Right?
Yeah, like women, the average height for an American woman's what, 5'3", 5'4"?
Yeah.
I always thought I was regular until I went in the military, and all my friends were like 6 inches shorter than me. And I thought, wait a second, what? And they all said I was tall, and I thought, no, I'm not. I'm just regular.
Yeah.
And then I realized a bit taller.
We're just all Bigfoot up here.
What?
I said we're just all Bigfoot up here.
Yeah.
I don't have big feet.
You're in the South. You don't need big feet in the South. You guys run around in sand.
I would think that sand would need big feet just as much as snow would. Just saying. Kind of just as slippy.
I laugh because all you, Moon is from the South. You got Jess is from the South. You got Emily's from the South. And I'm from the North, and everybody is cold when it's like 70 degrees. And I'm like, this is perfect.
I wear a hoodie. It's okay.
Yeah, I can. And poor Virginia, she's got it rough right now.
Is it really cold there?
No, it's really hot right there now. It's like, she said it was 93 degrees today.
Oh, wow.
And that's so abnormal for her.
We didn't even get that hot. Because, Emily, you're not that far from me.
No, we only got to like 80 something.
Yeah.
Yes.
Virginia says in the chat, dying at 90.
63.
And they are out, and they don't have air conditioners there either. They never need them. And they're running out of propane at Home Depot. They don't have any air conditioners. I sent a message about it.
You need to set up one of those like natural air conditioning things, like the curtain that's wet with a fan that blows across.
Yeah. Yeah, hook up the cooler with ice and put a fan in it.
She's going to need something.
Just open the window. It's only 63 off. That's t-shirt. That's t-shirts and or t-shirt and shorts weather for us.
No, that's hoodie weather.
63, we're wearing sweatshirts and all that out here for 63.
Yeah.
If it gets too hot, you clean out the horse's watering trough or the cow's watering trough, and then you just take a dunk.
Go down to the creek and jump in.
Oh, but those mountain creeks, man, they're freaking cold. You regret that in a second.
That's let's see if I can do that without showing the town on there. That's the temperature in my town next week, or all the way this next week.
Nope.
Okay.
100. He's got 103, 104, 102. I think I see a 105, 110. No.
But that's dry heat, right?
Yeah, not when you're sweating.
My grandparents and my family lived in Phoenix, and I got cousins that live in Mesa. And I went out there one year. It was in May. It was like 92 at 80 and at 8 in the morning. I'm like, no. And then they're like, we didn't even open the pool up yet. I said, take the cover off. I'm jumping in. It was way
Yeah, I was leaving work last week at 4:45 in the morning. It was 85 degrees.
Yeah. Nope.
It's funny how you adjust to your climate, though, because we had friends that moved up to Alaska, and they're walking around in T-shirts in 20-degree weather. Like, oh, it's beautiful outside.
The heat wave.
Right? It's not 40 below or something.
You think about it, though, if we go in the wintertime, we're cooped up all along. It gets in the 30s here. We got T-shirts on because it's warm. And so that's a big change from 40 below to 30. So
Yeah.
So 100 degrees for us here isn't bad. That's actually a nice day. It's actually, really? Yeah, you go, wow, it's only 100. Yeah, you literally say that, man, it's only 100.
You can go and put tinfoil on
110. Those 115 degree days, kill you, man.
Yeah, no, you can put tinfoil on a sidewalk and cook your breakfast. I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah.
So you're like, it's 90 to 95 degrees, and you're like, oh man, we're down to the double digits.
Oh yeah. Yeah, 95 degrees isn't bad. You're driving around with the windows down. You're like, hell, that's nice.
Here it's so humid that it makes everything like colder or hotter.
You said it was like 104 there the other day, right? With the heat index? Was that you? No?
Yeah, it was like 102, 103, something like that.
Do you get snow where you live?
Hmm?
Do you get snow where you live? Does it get that cold?
4 seasons. Actually, it kind of skips fall and spring for the most part. It just goes summer, winter, with a little blip of nice in between.
All right, Jess, I got to jump off. I got to go do some stuff. I got to finish a video up. Pepper11, good to see you. Glad to meet you.
Mark, it's good meeting you, brother.
Good to see you, Mark.
Good to see you. You guys have fun. Be safe.
Thanks for coming up. See you later.
No problem.
Bye.
What were you trying to say, Emily?
Oh, my internet, I'm running my computer off of my hotspot on my phone.
Uh-huh.
So I don't have Messenger right now.
Okay.
I was been down about 15 minutes.
Oh. Got all your chores done?
No,
No.
I'll do them when we get finished. Hopefully it won't be raining either.
I was doing that like last week or so. Was it last week or the week before? I was watering animals at 1:30 in the morning.
Oh my gosh.
I was dead the next
Well,
day.
I just couldn't get out there.
Yeah.
I mean, it started pouring down rain, like dump water just started pouring, and I couldn't get over there. I couldn't get out there to do anything.
No.
So I'll be doing it around whatever time I get off.
You guys get rain all year long?
No, I don't. Hopefully. I mean, we do normally, but not every day.
Nah. Well, like we get. I want to say our average is like. Ooh, we got jiggles. I want to say our average is something like 30 inches of rain a year, maybe. But most of it happens in the winter, which is miserable because you're slipping and sliding in mud the whole time.
You guys ever eat this before? Yoders?
I haven't, but I've seen other people eat it.
I haven't seen it. Where'd you
Have
get
you
that?
Have you tried it yet, Prepper 101?
Yeah, I have. It's Yoders. Canned bacon. I'll open it up. This is I bought this like 5 years ago.
Oh, you should do an on-screen taste test.
Hey, Peter, thanks for coming in. Christopher says I'm sitting in the kitchen till I'm waiting. Laugh out loud. I'm waiting too.
Yeah, there's a lot of waiting involved with canning, but it's fun
Yeah.
to talk in between. That really so much better. Do you guys see the fly buzzing around? Or is it just me?
Yep, I've seen it.
I might have just got it.
Hey, you guys know that trick, right? I used to be a cook, and now they like you open up a can of corned beef hash, and it's really packed in real tight, and it's hard to get out. Sometimes they have a hole in the bottom too, and you can just push it out.
Oh, he froze up. What'd he do?
Open up both sides of the can.
Okay. Oh, to release the pressure, like the lot. I gotta see how he does this, because I haven't done this before. You used to be a cook? Chef?
Yeah, I was a cook.
Oh, wow.
I had a full-time job.
You learned all the tricks.
Yeah, when I make stuff, like when if I make enchiladas, I make enough to feed like 20 people.
It's the only way to do it.
See, it comes in the paper too.
Really?
Yeah. Rolled up similar to like ours, except they fold it in half.
Okay.
See, right here, they fold it in half. And we're just covering up the bottom end. They fold it in half. I think this gets 50 slices of bacon in here.
Wow.
Jinx, Emily.
They fold the bacon in half. It's in the package. It's folded in half. So it's
Tell us how it tastes.
it's about 6-7 years old.
Please don't die.
Are you
What if I go
nervous?
down?
Or you got in trouble for
It's actually not bad.
married people and then them getting.
This is what made me, because I tried it. It's actually pretty good. This is
Yeah?
what made me, because you can cold pack this, right? You don't have to cook it, the bacon.
I mean, yeah, that's what Jess said.
Yeah. But I remember buying this and I go, wow, it was I took it camping and I go, well, it was already cooked. You can eat it straight out of the can, or you can just throw it in a pan and warm it up. It was actually kind of a nice, it was one less thing you had to do camping is wait to cook the bacon or something. And there's still a lot of grease. It's actually pretty good. It's pretty good.
And you know what? You could wrap those around like cream cheese, jalapenos, or
Yeah. Shrimp,
around a filet mignon if you want to spend the money.
filet mignon, shrimp. You can put stuff in chicken. It's actually pretty good. It's fully cooked. It was, I bought a whole case. I can't remember what it was.
Where did you find it at?
I think I got this on mredepot.com. I used to buy a bunch of MREs and stuff on there, and then in the beginning, then you learn, you look around for it because it was like $150 an MRE case. But I bought my MREs off eBay. You can find the Yoder's bacon pretty much anywhere. You just Google search it. It's not bad. It's actually pretty good.
Yeah, it looks amazing.
But
Well, you said Yoder's, I automatically thought Yoder's Amish market that we have here.
So yeah, and I think I got a bunch of like canned beef and pork that's Yoder's too, somewhere around there. So I think maybe the next time I do my bacon, I'll do multiple layers, like stack it. I'll do it like I did here. I'll stack it on one page on top of the other, paper on top of the other, and cram a whole bunch into one jar. That way you get quite a few in there. There's supposed to be 50 slices in that one can.
Nice.
That's
pretty
impressive.
good. That's what she said.
Sorry,
I
my
got
internet
about-
seems stupid.
It's pretty good. That's been sitting up there above the refrigerator for, it might have been a year old. There's nothing on the can to tell you how old it is. I don't remember what I did over here. I looked today to try to find a timestamp. That's the only thing I've seen on the can.
Oh, wow.
Huh.
There wasn't no there wasn't no
Okay.
expiration date anywhere on the can.
B. Mitch, you want to have steam? It's for 10 minutes, and then put on your jiggler. I'm
Always
glad
put
you're
their
doing
back.
it, B. Mitch. Keep us posted, okay?
You know, did that person here with us last week too? I want to say they did. Did I break that?
I couldn't hear you.
Hold on. In chat.
Hello.
Hey,
All right, guys, how you doing?
how's your progress?
Okay.
I have 27 minutes left.
Nice. You were rolling up the paper with us at the same time?
Yeah, I actually started a little ahead of time, so I could save some progress, so I could go along with you guys. But then I didn't get an email, or email was sent out with a link, so I just emailed Keto, Homestead with Jess, so I could get a link to hop in here with you guys, so I can finish off the canning session with you guys.
Cool. Yeah, you've been talking about it for 2 weeks. That's awesome. I'm glad you got up.
I know. Either way, I was gonna can it no matter what. It was already out and ready to go.
Yeah, right.
I'm sorry about that.
Oh,
just a
Hey, things
miscommunication.
happen. It's okay.
Yeah, the excitement on your face, Chris, 2 weeks ago when you made those potatoes made me go, you know what? I'm going to get up here and do that. I go, man, my next weekend off, I'm going to try it.
Hey, it's fun. It's just time consuming, but it's well worth it though.
Now you guys will be canaholics.
Heck yeah. Can
There's
y'all
my
hear me
woman.
at all, or is my internet done?
No, we can hear you.
Okay. Or if you could taking the picture away might help. I'll come back.
I have a hard time hearing just because I'm next to the jiggler.
How much bacon did you guys do?
I cooked
Virginia Roost, you look like you had a big pile of bacon.
Yeah, I cooked off 6 pounds and I got about 90% of it in 7 pints.
Wow.
How much?
I saw your piles of bacon and I'm looking at ours and I'm like, you guys got the big pieces.
How much did you do, Chris?
6.
Okay.
And we got 8 jars in there.
You did pints too?
Huh?
You did pints?
Yeah.
I did
Like
4
5 minutes
pounds
to
and
go.
I did 6 pounds.
I did 4. Oops. I did 4 pounds and it fit in 2 quarts.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
I'm canning a lot of water.
Hey, remember you said that we would make sterile water. So what is it just something you could put that up as a prep that you would have like sterile water for medical reasons? Like if someone had a baby or they had an open wound, you can use it for that?
I would think so.
Somebody said that the water would be a sterile water, right?
Well, it's heated to over 240 degrees, so yeah, it's pretty sterile. You're not going to have anything that survives that for the most part. Plus, I didn't use filtered water, but I could have. I could have run it through the Berkey. I just didn't fill the Berkey.
I know I'm having a lot more time right now than I did earlier. I was
That's
struggling.
one of the things we got to get in our preps is one of those Berkey filters.
I mean, there's other ones you can use too, but it was worth the investment for us.
You guys, I got to step away and use the restroom real quick. I'll be back.
Okay.
All right, we got it. We'll hold the fort down.
Thank you.
101, how much time do you have left?
30, about just under 37 minutes.
There you go. It's time consuming, isn't it?
All right. I kind of like it. You know what I mean? That's like this, the Yoder's canned bacon. Bacon's good. I mean, you could have that in your backpack and just walk down the road and eat it. You don't need anything else. You can live on bacon, live off of bacon.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, not only that, but like honestly, it's kind of nice downtime. I'm not gonna lie.
So 101, we've got about 4 minutes.
Me?
We were pretty close. We were neck and neck.
Well, I think you already put your jiggler on before I did.
Mm-hmm.
I got 36 minutes.
Oh,
Mine,
crap.
mine's longer anyway because I use 1 quart.
Oh, you did quart.
Pints.
Okay. Yeah. My alarm just went off, but I had to add 5 minutes to it. So I'm pretty sure I'm done like right now. So I'm going to turn the heat off and I'm going to let this come down. I'm going to switch rooms with the computer and I'll be back to talk to everybody.
Okay.
She's always ahead of us.
It's like a machine. Were you
Yeah,
watching her
what?
wrap everything up? It was like amazing.
Right? So impressive.
I was actually watching her to do mine. I'm going, well, whatever she's doing, I'm going to keep doing it. And she did it so fast. I go, man, I hope I can remember what to do.
Right.
She did that with the potatoes 2 weeks ago. She did that, and she was just like, the hatch was already on and it was already going before everybody else got their last jar in it. It's like, how'd you do that?
You see how they did that in that can? That's how I'm going to do it next time. They just folded it over. So I'm going to do it.
I think I might try that too, just for fun.
I would rather get as many in there as I could than just do a small one.
Yeah. Well, because it's kind of like off regulations or something like that. But if they do it in a factory,
and they put that in a little can, you know what I mean? They put 50 pieces of bacon in a little can. They got that down pretty good.
B. Mitch is asking, I have pints, so my time is 70 minutes, right? It's 75 minutes for pints.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it's costly, but
what size jar? What'd you use for cans?
Two.
I missed that.
The big guy in the corner.
He used quarts, right?
Yeah, I use quarts.
Oh, so that's gonna take a little longer then.
15 minutes longer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's a lot of bacon.
Well, wait, hold on. Yeah.
I got 15 pieces in each jar. I could have got more.
Wow. Yeah, bacon for days.
Yeah, I want to buy a food dehydrator. Or not a freeze dryer, food freeze dryer. That's
You're gonna get one of those?
I would love to have one of those. Those are pricey.
Yeah, those are sweet.
Well, freeze dryer, yeah.
Yeah. We got a couple more people popping in. Brian, hello and welcome. Big Chief, hello, welcome.
The shelf life on the foods, like 25 to 35 years. If you package it right. I figure if I got a homestead, that's what I would do. I'd raise, beef and chicken and pork and rabbits and stuff, and freeze it, and then you don't have to put it in the freezer. You don't want to use all your freezer space.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my thing. I had a really big freezer that died on me.
Ooh.
And I lost a lot of meat.
Oh man.
Wow.
Because it was in my storage room, and we went out there, and there was like a frozen puddle on the bottom of like yummy bloody juices and stuff. It was horrible. I mean, it was huge. It was like 8 feet long freezer, counter height.
Oh no.
Oh, cut out again.
Yeah, we had a blackout a few years ago here in Ohio. Everybody's power was out for weeks and weeks, and people lost food like crazy. The only thing that saved us is that we have a spring, so we took a lot of the food down to the spring and saved it. The milk and stuff like that. And then we were fortunate enough to have my husband's brother live in another town, and we took most of the frozen stuff up there, so we salvaged a lot. But I felt so bad because our whole town, they lost a lot of food.
I'd be crying.
Especially if you are working on stocking your freezer up and you've worked so hard to get everything in there, and then it just goes out like that. It's horrible.
Yeah.
We got 3 of them full. Yeah. Pork, chicken, and beef, and I'd cry the minute that stuff started thawing out on us.
Yeah, just for that, I got a generator, and I keep 60 gallons of gas just to run it. And you don't need to run the generator all day to keep your refrigerator going either. You just need to run it a few hours a day.
Right.
Just don't keep it, just open the door all day.
4-hour segment, maybe once or twice a day. Just to keep that stuff rolling.
Run it a couple hours out of the last. You'll just start to fuel out.
Yeah. So, we got a generator, and we got gas. So just in case if something happens, then electricity or the grid wants to go down. All I care about is what we have in the freezer.
Best Life is saying in the chat he's back. He's got the chicken processing set up ready for the morning. Are you going live during that chicken process, the Best Life? Welcome back.
Hi, girl. My internet, y'all.
It's okay.
Hi, Lee.
Hi.
Hi. It's hot, ain't it?
It's hot in here. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, dude, it is so hot.
Oh, it's not hot. I'm just tired.
Oh, okay.
I usually settle down at night about this time, not start canning.
Yeah, I'm usually in bed by now.
Yeah,
Right.
me too. So I'm not doing it anymore at night, I told him. He's on his own.
Hi, Brian.
101's out on the West Coast. It's like what? What time is it?
7 o'clock.
Yeah. It's 7 o'clock for me, but it's like 92, and usually we're in the 70s. I'm in Washington, so I am dying.
15 minutes.
Milkmaid, have you tried getting an internet booster? It's like a little antenna that you can put on your house. We use them where we work at is you're out in the middle of nowhere in the foothills and stuff, and we use those every now and then.
Yeah.
And RVers use them too because they stay at campsites and stuff. It's a booster. You'd be surprised. It might pick up your internet speed and signal much better.
Hey, Samantha.
Does it boost the cell or does it boost?
So what it does
Wi-Fi?
is it intensifies the signal that you're trying to receive and gives you a better signal to you.
I'm writing that down.
Yeah.
Supposedly, we're going to get fiber optic somewhere in the quote unquote near future. I live in a really rural county. And so when they say soon, it might mean 2 to 5 years.
Brian, we did potatoes a couple of weeks ago, and there's a lot. I think Jess also has a potato video. So yeah, there's a few. It's really easy. I think potatoes is one of the easiest things I've done so far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The potatoes were really nice. They were quite easy. I start with meat. I start with the hard stuff. I've yet to
Bacon for
water
me.
bath.
The bacon was messy. I had bacon grease everywhere this morning. Cooking all the bacon.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man.
Right.
I still got. It's like it's coming out of the tile. It's like it's seeping up.
Just a natural counter conditioner. You gotta.
Right.
So when you're canning, can you put like regular spices like pepper? And you can put all that in there. You want to put Lowry's?
You
Right.
can put spices in there. You just have to be careful about which spices you're using because when you can, it intensifies the spices.
Okay.
I'm gonna have
This
to
is
try
bacon
this.
grease
Yum.
that we got out of that 6 pounds.
Yeah,
Oh,
mine's
wow.
golden.
That's liquid
Gonna have
gold.
some fun cooking with this stuff.
That's what I got.
Nice. Save that 101. Like save it. Good stuff. You don't even have to put it into the refrigerator.
Best Life says I
Put it in
thought
the
about,
refrigerator.
yeah, refrigerate. You don't put yours in the refrigerator?
I don't. I leave
It
on
depends
the
on how fast you use it. If you use a lot, you can leave it out on the counter. But if you don't use it very often, I'd put it in the fridge.
I use it like
Yeah,
almost
that's what
every
we're
day.
putting right now. It's in the
Yeah.
fridge for a while. We're gonna figure out what we're gonna cook with it.
Fry potatoes in it. Get you some in the cast iron maybe, and fry you some potatoes in that bacon grease. You can't
good.
beat it.
That's what Lee was saying. Something I think it was potato salad.
Yes. You can make a mayonnaise with bacon grease. You just need to emulsify it, and it'll stabilize. And you can put it all over warm romaine or cook anything in it. I mean, yeah.
So who here makes their own mayonnaise? No?
Homestead.
What'd you say?
Make
Who
your
makes-
own mayonnaise.
I don't make
Makes
it
your own
regularly,
mayonnaise?
but I know how to make it. Yeah.
It's so good.
I've tried, but every time I've tried to make homemade mayonnaise, it fails. I don't like it. I think I'm like really picky when it comes to mayonnaise.
Yeah.
Isn't it just eggs and vegetable oil? No? What's in mayonnaise?
Eggs and oil. And
Eggs and oil?
well, you can put salt and vinegar and mustard, like dried mustard and herbs, and you can make all kinds of fun stuff. But I just do, well, I do it with avocado oil, so it does lend a stronger flavor because I don't really use vegetable oil.
Yeah.
And you can use olive oil too, but that lends a stronger flavor as well. So I'm going to try bacon grease this time.
Grapeseed oil is a little milder. It doesn't have as much of a flavor. You could try that. Yeah.
Grapeseed oil. I've never heard of that.
Yeah, it's in the same section as olive oil.
Really?
I think I'm going to try the bacon oil, the bacon grease.
Might as well. We got plenty of it now.
Yeah.
I
Right?
got it everywhere, man. It's just going. I don't know.
But I
No,
do think like an herb mayonnaise. Oh, that's gotta be good. I want to try like chopping up some rosemary from the garden and.
I love rosemary. Rosemary's awesome.
Yeah. I already did a 15-minute update.
Once you get rosemary going, man, you have fresh forever. Like they become bushes.
Yeah.
And then you
How's
can
Roland Homestead doing? He get his flavor back in his mouth after 2 weeks ago with that pepper?
Right? I was gonna ask him that, but he's gone. I couldn't talk very much in the kitchen. I want to know how is the other end?
He
All I
was
remember,
he was
all I
good.
remember is when he did that, after he started turning red, he stepped away from his computer and he never returned. I'm like, yeah, he had to get that milk.
His family was coming in and out, and they kind of looked concerned. I was like, "Oh man, is the ambulance there? Is he what's going on?"
No, he paid for it though. He won't ever do that again.
Oh man.
I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that if you paid my mortgage for me. I couldn't do it.
I felt so bad because I kind of egged it on a little bit. I mean, maybe it's just like the whole living with the military thing or whatever. I was like, do it.
Yeah. Well, he's done it before.
How dare you?
He's done it before on lives and he was fine, but Moonface said she went to go check on him and all she seen was feet hanging out of the bathtub and his head under a water faucet. Oh man.
He was such a good sport though. I mean, man, that was love right there towards the
Yeah, it was.
Oh my God, I could not believe he did that. That was a big piece. Oh.
I wonder how it was for him the next few days. I wonder if it hurt coming out because I've ate a habanero pepper and it was hot, but it was worse coming out than it was going in. I mean, I ain't no lie. It was rough.
Now, see, he said it didn't act like that, and you know what's
Really?
funny
Oh
is that
man.
I will
I
eat
couldn't do
pickled.
it.
I will eat pickled jalapenos, and yeah, that happens. But
Yeah.
if I eat like ones that I grew, that I make like stuffed jalapenos or whatever, no difference.
Oh.
It's so strange.
Yeah. He said that it didn't affect him the other end, but he said his stomach was in knots. It was like the most painful thing ever.
Oh,
Nope. I'm all set. I can't do it.
I told him, I said, well, that sounds like an ulcer.
When he did that, I thought I was having an ulcer.
yeah. That was
It takes a
impressive.
brave person. You gotta have a good tolerance for that. Your body has to be able to handle that intake of spices at that 1 minute time. I mean, I couldn't do that.
Yeah. I wouldn't be. I can't even handle a lot of black pepper on my food. I can't imagine. I would be dead.
Yep. I mean, I went to Red Wolf Province one day with my wife, and I ended up getting a Southwestern bourbon burger that they had. It was a special, like a one-time thing they did. and I was literally sweating halfway through eating that burger. I was sweating, and I'm right underneath the AC vent, and my wife's like, "You okay?" And I'm like, "This burger's got a kick," and I can feel it. She's like, "You're sweating," and I'm like, "I know, but this burger is good. I can't put it down." And I know if it's got a kick to it, my body will. I'll start sweating at the table. I'm like, she's like, "You okay?" I'm like, "God, I just can't do spicy stuff."
Emily's asking if we can hear her. Emily, we can't hear you. I'm sorry.
No. Is her microphone on? Probably your internet. There.
And somebody asked a question in the chat, and I don't know where it's at. I didn't see it personally, but somebody else asked me to answer the question for them. If you could answer the question, ask the question again and put it in all caps so I can see it, let me know.
Try tagging her too. Keto Homestead it with Jess.
Yeah.
That helps. I try not to tag unless like it's serious. How much time you got, 101?
18 minutes.
Yeah?
What do you got?
Let's see. Hold on. Wait. Did I write it down? Holy crap.
136.
Hold on. It was 10. Hold on. I got to do some math real quick.
I got 5 minutes.
Rock on, Chris.
4 minutes.
Well, 4 minutes. 4 minutes.
Like a kid in a candy store.
I love it.
Wait for that door to get unlocked.
He's smiling ear to ear.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago, if he would have turned the volume off and just watched Chris, you would have thought he won the lottery, man. He was all pumped up.
Yeah. Ed McMahon knocked on the door.
Yeah, I was just standing there. I was just standing there
Yeah,
waiting patiently. Like when Coach blew up my picture, he's like, "Yep, that's the face of a kid at the top of the stairs."
Gardner
Yeah,
Josh.
now all he says all the time is, "Don't touch my jiggler." He'll walk by me and be like, "Don't touch my jiggler."
Gardner Josh said, somebody tell 101 I said, hey, bro.
What's up, Gardner
Hey, bro.
Josh, man? I can't look at the chat and be here. I'd be trolling in here. I'd be bad. It'd be bad. I'd be bad. I would get kicked off here too quick.
What, you can't troll with your phone?
Oh yeah,
Don't you dare
it'd be
troll
bad if
without
I
me.
did.
Don't troll without me.
Right? He needs his partners, and we're in here with him, so he's
Yeah.
got a lot.
Yeah, if anyone had seen my
It's
little
fun to bounce
Lamborghini,
back
they
and
told
forth.
her.
Look, you guys are funny, man. You guys are some funny people. Oh, you, Milkmaid, you're funny. Bug's throwing some good ones out there.
Oh.
Yeah, sometimes in certain chats we go to, like if I hop on a live stream with somebody, TH2 and a couple others will be like hashtag free Chris, and my wife and I are thinking about having some t-shirts done like that, and maybe on the back we'll say "Don't touch my jiggler."
Milkmaid, how long did it take you? How long did it take you to make your video?
A long freaking time.
Yeah.
Okay, so I got the idea when I saw somebody say it in the chat, and if somebody's in chat that knows or was the person who mentioned that, please let me know so I can actually like give you credit. But I came up with the rhymes one day. I practiced for another day, and then I finally did the video a third day. And yeah, by the end, you saw the cow's reaction. She was done.
Oh, that was classic.
Yeah, it was awesome. 101 and myself and Bug were all talking about using a gangster rapper.
Yeah.
So it was kind of a team effort. The Wu-Tang Clan.
Oh, the Wu-Tang Clan, yeah. That was funny. That was Bug, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
fine.
the Wu-Tang Clan. And then you came in behind that milkmaid and you go, milk, milk, baby.
Oh,
yeah,
that was
funny.
good. I like that. That was really good.
That was you, wasn't it?
No,
No?
I thought that was you.
No, I didn't do milk, milk, baby. That was funny.
Who
Yeah,
was it?
I think that was you. That was you.
It might have been. No, it wasn't me. I know, because I laughed at it.
I could see John T saying that.
Who?
John T.
Okay,
John
yeah.
T. McGill. I could see him saying that.
Yeah, but it wasn't him, because I was actually a little bit trolling him, too. Because he did that rap that Just Josh put on his thing.
Yes. Yep.
Which I thought was kind of funny.
I'll find out right here. Hold on.
Are you looking it up?
Yeah.
That's commitment right there. That's a committed troll.
I'm telling you, I love funny stuff, man.
He's getting ammo to use against us.
Great. Taking the fifth from now on. No, and everybody started saying something about like Sandra was talking about how they had experience with a band, and like other people were piping up that they had experience with whatever else, and I was like, oh gosh, no, I'm digging a hole here. Like you don't understand how hard I work for that.
Oh yeah.
You're welcome,
Time
Brian.
is up. Timer's done.
Woohoo!
Nice.
Timer's done. The heat's turned off. Now I just gotta wait for the can to depressurize.
Yep. I'll be back. Actually, I'm gonna check mine.
A literal hour left.
Susanna says hers is done as well. Mine is done. I turned my burner off and moved my canner over to a cooler burner.
How's Debbie doing? Is she still with us? It was Debbie, right?
Yeah. And also, there's someone else too. Alicia. Alicia. Yeah, she was canning too. I haven't seen her for a little while.
Susanna can?
Yes, Susanna was canning.
Susanna's a canning queen, yeah?
Yeah, she's probably playing with the jigger now.
See, this makes me so happy that so many people are learning and doing it and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
It brings joy to my soul.
Well, not only we couldn't get the link earlier to get on with you guys from the beginning, what we did was start making a video of it for our channel. So as we were doing that, and I got the process going, we do a little update here and there, so it's not like a 3-hour long video, because not everybody's going to watch a 3-hour video. So we do it in a different segment, so we just splice it all together and then put it on our channel of our canning session with bacon. And then I figured at the same time as we're doing that, I hop on here with you guys to finish out the canning session.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Harvey Black says, tell Prepping 101 the code stamp on the tin can lid A4273. The last number is usually the year, i.e. 3-inch could be 2013 or 2003.
That boy.
Last number on the can's a 2. So that could be 2012, yeah, because I bought these a while ago. I started getting into, oh, here it is. It's you, Milkmaid. Arkansas Wildman Survival. Watch out, Vanilla Ice. Milkmaid replies, instead of ice baby, we got milk baby. It was you, Milkmaid.
Wait, what I do?
You didn't hear what I said?
Sorry, I was saying goodnight to the habit.
So it was you that said milk baby. Arc Wildman Survival. Watch out, Vanilla Ice. You reply, instead of ice, ice, baby, we got milk, milk, baby.
What? I did not.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did.
Oh, I'm gonna have to go back and look.
You probably drank too much buttermilk that day and you got all.
Yeah, that raw milk, man.
Debbie said she's still with us, and all my jars are out of the canner now.
Oh, cool.
Good
How's
job.
it look?
How's it look?
Hey, Sheena, welcome. Thanks for coming in. Alicia says she's got 60 minutes still.
Oh, I'm right there with you, Alicia.
I just pulled my jiggler off, so I'm just letting it cool for just another second, and I can take the lid off.
Every time the word jiggler is used, I laugh internally.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah.
You started 2 weeks ago with me. Don't touch the jiggler.
So, Jess, how much longer do you have?
I just shut mine off.
Okay.
Thanks, Stars Prepper.
Oh, is Stars in here?
Yeah.
Hi,
Hello,
Stars.
Stars.
She said you guys are all doing a great job.
I'm working real hard right now.
Sweating hard.
Bug Dude says Prepper 101 is really canning, bagging strips, bacon strip dog treats.
No.
Begging, begging, begging.
I'm just so thrilled you came up and canned with us.
Agreed.
Yeah, I was having fun. You know what? Like Ghost says, who would have thought anybody would like watching this? And you guys been doing this for like a month. And
Right.
last weekend I worked. And I was like, I was going home because the days I work, I get home when you guys already started. And I was like, man, I wonder what they're canning tonight. I want to get home and watch that. You know what I mean? I was kind of, I look forward to what you guys did yet. And then after that, I go, man, I want to get a canner. You know what I mean? I just want to get one.
I'm
That's what
glad
I'm talking
Amazon
about.
came through for you.
Huh?
I'm glad Amazon came through for you.
Yeah, they barely made it.
Yeah,
It's hard to find it. It's hard to find anything canning here. Anything. It's everybody's buying it off the shelf.
Yeah.
People are waking
So-
up.
That's why
Up here in Massachusetts, you can find the jars, but you can't get the lids.
yeah. I did have a few questions I put together, not just for me, but if anybody ever watches this, right?
Right?
So I came across some amber jars, quart wide mouth. And I kind of like, well, I wanted to see my food, but is that bad to get them when they're colored or does it really matter?
Doesn't matter.
So mason jars, are they all for canning or how do you know? Or you know, are they all standard to be used for canning?
Jess.
I don't.
Yeah.
I honestly don't know the answer to that. As long as it's a ball mason jar or a mason jar, I guess you could can with it.
Well, I seen some that like say the half pints and the pints. I was finding those everywhere.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
all I kept saying on there was for jelly and jams and stuff. And I'm going, well, that's hot bath. My wife just did hot bath the other day, and I'm going, well, that's for hot bath. That's not meant to be pressured up.
Well, you can use those as hot.
Yeah?
You can use
Okay.
those pressure canner and the pressure canner too. But typically people use those for jams and jelly. But yeah, I've totally used those in a pressure canner before.
Oh, have you? Because
Yeah.
I've only seen like guidelines for pints or quarts. So I was confused because I have half-gallon jars.
Yeah.
Oh.
My husband and I were talking about that. I'm like, well, I'm sure they would be applicable for pressure canning, but I've never seen anything that actually covers the timing for a half-gallon jar. You know?
Yeah.
Will these hold 2 quarts?
Huh?
Well, a half-gallon jar is 2 quarts. Will it hold 2 quarts? These big ones? Because they sell
Well,
them.
Matt says yes. You didn't hear that, did you?
So here's who?
She got you good.
I was being a smart aleck. I said,
Oh man, I missed it.
yes.
Oh. I found a little thing on here today when I was doing. I do a lot of research when I do stuff, right? I like to know what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
So I heard that parchment paper, after it's been used for baking and you're done with it or whatever, like you open your can, don't throw it away. It's good for a fire starter.
Oh, that makes sense. It's got all that saturated fat in it. Absolutely.
And I had a question here. The best way to remove the lid from a can when you need to use it, is that part of the toolkit? And I also seen, the old can openers that got, like open an old beer or something like that. I've seen people use that on there. Is that a good one to use? Or will that bend the lid?
Oh, this is the subject.
You got to be really, really careful or it will bend the lid. But recently I learned how to open jars without anything. And if you heat them up, it'll loosen that seal.
Oh.
So you don't even need to use a can opener or anything.
How you
That's what you want to reuse that can. Reuse that lid.
Yeah, and then that way you can reuse it without bending it. But I found that out from an Amish woman recently. And I was like, you gotta be kidding me.
Do you heat it up by running it under hot water or?
Yeah, you can either run it under really, really hot water or you can put it in like a water bath and warm up a jar.
That's freaking brilliant.
Yeah.
Right?
I know
thought.
it's off label.
See, I asked a question, got an awesome answer. I like that.
Only.
What was
Sorry.
that, Milkmaid?
I was going to say, guys, this is for entertainment purposes only.
Yes.
So I got another one here, and I put, obviously, if you undercook food, you're going to get botulism. But what if you say, what if my setting's 90 minutes? Man, I forgot about it. I went out in the garage and I did something. I'm a guy, right? I'm asking this for us guys, right, Chris? Because we're going to forget. We're going to go out there and work on the chainsaw or change the oil and somebody's
I will admit, I am a guy and I do forget a lot.
So what if I, instead of 90 minutes, I did 112 minutes on there? That's not going to hurt the food, right?
You're good.
You're good.
You just don't want to undercook.
One of the first rules of canning is never walk away from the kitchen when you're canning.
Well, when you got a plate of bacon, it's really kind of hard to walk away. I'm not honest with
There is
Okay.
that.
Will the shelf life be shorter, longer, or the same as store-bought canned food?
What?
Never walk away from the kitchen
Yes.
when you're canning.
I would think that has to do with your storage conditions.
That's a good question. I don't know. You would have to ask some old timers about that have some age on them.
Well, I heard Ghost say that it could be indefinite the other day, but just like Milkmaid said, your storing conditions, you got to keep them in a dry, cool place, out of the sun, probably even out of regular incandescent light bulbs or LED bulbs might damage the food or take away the vitamins from it.
You know, I used to buy dented cans at the grocery store, especially if it was reduced price. So like canned vegetables or whatever canned thing it was. I don't do that anymore. And part of the reason being is that a dent in the can reduce the structural integrity of the can.
Yep.
Right?
They got like a seal in there that helps protect the can from the food, and they can be damaged.
Right. And so that's why, like, I won't buy those anymore. I mean, unless I'm going to use them right away. But then again, how long have they been sitting on the shelf? Because I mean, honestly, some of the most recent cases of botulism have come from commercially canned foods. A lot of people think that they're 100% safe, but they're not always 100% safe. So, what's that thing that Ghost says? Six in one hand, half a dozen in the other, something like that.
Half full, half empty. 6 of one, half a dozen of another.
Yeah.
So we're using wide mouth jars today. Is it best to use wide mouth jars every time, or is there some food that you can that it doesn't matter, or is it better to have some food that you need to have small mouth jars?
I mean, it depends on you and your preference. I prefer like the bacon. When you can that, it's gonna be harder to pull out of regular mouth. That's why I say.
But if you did beans, say you did
like,
beans, it doesn't matter, right? I mean, you can still use it. It doesn't matter. You can still use large or small mouth. It just depends on your preference.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I can't fit my hands in a regular mouth jar as easily as I can a wide mouth jar to clean it. That's why I get wide mouth.
Yeah.
So I just
Did I
turn it
just hear a
off.
timer?
I just turn it off now. Just cut
Let
it.
it come down to 0.
Best life says
So-
first rule of being
and this
a
is
guy,
where-
don't fall
This is
in
where
love.
Chris told me I need to take the jiggler off.
No,
No.
don't touch the freaking jiggler.
Don't touch that jiggler.
I'm Prepper 101. Come on.
That's one thing that my wife told me doing canning. When you turn it down to 0, you don't touch nothing.
Yeah.
You have to
Yeah.
Can
just,
you
you have to
can
wait
I
till there's no
reuse-
more pressure.
Can I reuse my jars and lids, or is it better just to get new ones?
It depends on how badly damaged that lid is when you open it.
So
Okay.
you're most likely going to get rid of the lid and save the jar?
I'll give my personal opinion, okay? So my personal opinion is if you have a good quality lid and there's no damage to the lid and there's no damage to the rubber seal, I put those aside. I mark them as used. If I'm ever in a really bad situation where I have to reuse those lids, I will based upon the quality that I see the lid is at. But technically, according to the guidelines, you should not ever reuse lids ever. They're tossing. The jars you can reuse as long as they don't have chips or cracks or anything else like that. And even if you want to try to use them, you could, but they'll probably explode in your canner.
Any imperfection in that lid's going to ruin anything you can, and it's not worth it, right?
It'll
It's
break
better.
the seal.
It's better just to maybe replace the lid and try to salvage the jar if possible. No cracks or chips or any imperfections in it.
That's why Ghost says, and I didn't know this until he started talking about it, but don't put any like metal spoons when you're getting this stuff out. Don't use any metal spoons. Don't put them in there to soak when you're doing
Metal
your
spoons.
dishes.
That's a good one. Yeah.
But
So I asked you guys this earlier today. Somebody answered it, but just in case somebody else out there has that ignorance like I do. Some people boil their jars, lids, and rings. Is that a standard, or is hand washing them with soap and water okay? I remember my mom used to boil them, and she used to put them in the pot, and she would boil them in the pot, the lids.
It depends whether you're pressure canning or water bath canning. If you pressure can, the jars are sterilizing in the pressure canner. So when I pressure can, I just wash with soapy hot water. And when it comes to water bath, then I will wash with soapy hot water and then boil them to sterilize.
Good answer. So what will happen if I use the wrong pressure setting off of my jiggler? What if I'm supposed to be 10 pounds and I'm an ignorant guy that's out in the garage and I put the wrong jiggler weight on there and I put a 15-pound one on there? Is it gonna? And I'm below the 1,000 foot, or I'm below where I should ever be, and I have a too heavy of a weight on there. Will it change the food? Will it not preserve it right?
I'm not sure on that. That's a good question. Anybody else have the answer to that? Anybody in the chat or on the panel?
Well, in order to get it to seal, you've got to have it set right for your elevation. So the answer is yes, it won't. I would say if you have it too low, it's not going to preserve it. If you put it on the 5, when you need the 10 or high, you know what I mean? Move a step up.
Yeah.
And the worst thing that can happen is that you burn the canner out of water and blow up.
Yeah.
Don't ask me how I know.
That could probably fall under the same one. If you undercook it or under pressure it, you're bad. But if you overcook it or overpressure it, you're probably going to be okay.
Probably. Yeah. In fact, some gauges aren't even calibrated correctly. So I might think I'm at 10 PSI the whole time. I could be at 12. I don't know. I could, realistically.
That's why that weighted gauge is so important, is that the weighted gauge will not lie.
Yeah.
And I didn't understand the whole weights and elevation thing until I actually looked at the science behind it, which is insanely fascinating. But at different elevations relative to sea level, it takes different temperatures to reach, or different pressures to reach different temperatures. If that makes sense.
Yeah,
They're
it does.
graphs online,
Yeah.
so look them up.
And trust in the gauge. I work in the oil fields, and everything's got a gauge on it, right? And
Right.
you can put 3 gauges on one line, and you have 3 different pressures. And I'm talking 3 brand new out of the box gauges, and they all got 3 different pressures on the same line. There's no restrictions, so you can't really you can't believe in the gauge. And I bought the Presto. I'll use it. I'm going to use it for a while, but I would get if I had the choice to do it again, I would get something that had a weighted jiggler on it to where I didn't have to manage my heat like I'm trying to do right now, and worry about under or over. Like you don't want to drop your temperature down too low because you go into a vacuum.
Yeah.
Right.
Trust the jiggler, not the gauge.
Good night,
Yeah.
Moon Phase.
The jiggler's not going to lie, right? Just like Milkmaid said, it's got a weight. It's going to be honest to you every time.
Yeah.
Well, didn't somebody say that you could get a weighted gauge for Prestos, or was I mistaken?
Yeah. Emily, I think found one. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, I would throw, the only reason I went with All American was because I didn't want to do a rubber gasket. That is the only reason.
Me too.
Yeah. And I'll look for that up. I'll look for that little jiggler to go on there. That'd be cool.
No.
And it only came with one. Just so if you know, if you get the 23 quart, the Presto, it only came with one tray. It didn't come with 2.
Oh, so no double stacking for you, huh?
I bought one. I looked at it the day I bought it. After I got done with you guys, I go, you know what? I only see one, so I bought one and I already got it.
I had to go and order extra parts. I know Virginia did.
Yeah, I did. I'm ready to take my lid off. So yeah.
That extra one.
Joe's your
If
cans.
anyone, all right, we'll see.
That's mine too.
So Mark somewhat answered this question, but how do you know if the food you can spoiled without popping the lid? Metal cans swell, or like Milkmaid said, if you got dents in them, you can disturb the inside liner. But how can you really tell if it's bad other than opening it up and smelling it? Or
If
but
you're
Mark kind of said it's going to smell if it's not getting a seal, you're going to get that smell.
Well, okay, so here's the thing. Yeah, you can tell by smell if you open it up. But if your seal is hold on one second. I'll go and show you. All right, so this is a can of beans, right? All right, and don't have the ring on it because you take the rings off after you wait the 24 hours when they're pinging and stuff, right? I'm gonna pick it up by its metal lid.
Okay.
If it's not sealed, like this would just fall down. Like it would not hold. So if you can pick it up by its lid, and this is to the best of my understanding, you can pick it up by its lid. There's no, it's concave rather than, what's the other? Come on, what's the opposite of concave?
Convex.
Convex.
What?
Yeah.
Convex.
Thank
Convex.
you. Convex.
Oh,
If
Virginia's
it's not
smart,
convex,
man.
if you can't have any play here and you can pick it up by this, you know it's still sealed. That's not air. This space right here, that's a vacuum. Now, if there was any kind of wiggle or any kind of play right here, then it would not be fully sealed. And if it's not fully sealed and you open it up, yeah, it's going to stink to high heavens.
Okay.
But
Good. I like that. Thank you. And I also see, and you guys might have answered that. Jess might have answered that because you boil your lids and jars and all that when you're doing a hot bath. I've seen that some people had a magnet so they could pick when they were boiling. So that's probably why. So you don't put your hands on the hot water, so you can get a magnet, pop the lid out, and pick it out.
no, you don't contaminate it. I haven't water bathed yet, so that's going to be a whole new ball game this summer for me.
But for canning, you don't need a magnet to touch it. Just keep your hands off the ring itself.
Yeah, just for pressure canning, just keep it clean. I mean, you don't have to be anal about it because it is going to get.
Chris got something to say? He's on mute.
You're on mute, Chris.
You're on mute, Chris.
I had the mic off, sorry. What my wife usually does, she has a metal bowl. She'll put the lids that we're going to be using, and then she'll put hot water in there. So they're sterilizing, cleaning, or whatever. And she has this little stick like this that comes with her canning kit, and it's got a magnet on the end of it where you're not touching anywhere on that lid whatsoever. So you just go in the water, grab the lid, pick it right up, so that way when you go to set it down, you're touching the dead center of the lid with your finger and not anywhere around the edge or the seal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's brilliant.
This goes with the pokey gel.
And so that would be a good thing to add if you're going to boil them. Don't use soap because you could build up a film around the seal maybe. Don't use any dish soap or anything like that. Just pure water.
Well, yeah.
Ooh.
Like you can wash them beforehand, rinse them, and then throw them in boiling water if you want.
Yeah.
But you don't want that filthy film on there.
That might make a bubbly mess in your kitchen if you boil soap.
Milkmaid, did I hear you say you've never water bath canned?
How sad is that?
Wow.
Water bath is all I've ever done. Yeah.
Yeah.
I will though. I will. My garden is pathetic. Like I said, failures to the roof, big time. I'm recovering.
So it'd be pointedly obvious if you didn't have enough water in your canner when you started, then you could cause some severe damage inside your canner and your cans, right? What about too much water? What if I didn't know what I was doing and I had water up to the neck of the bottles? Is that really going to hurt anything? It's just going to prolong the process for me to heat everything up. As long as water wasn't above the top. I'm just throwing out somebody that, you know what, I better put water to the top of the neck and warm it up, because that's what Prepper 101 said, because I watched that damn video.
I know in the past when I filled my canner up too high, a lot of times it will steam outside like the handles of the canner, and you'll have like a huge mess because it's too much water. Other than that, I've never seen an issue, but I've only done that once when I first started canning. I didn't have directions on my canner, and back then, like the internet wasn't really that prevalent. So I filled the canner where I thought it needed to be, and it just basically seeped out the sides of the handles.
Can I just say props to you 101 for bringing these awesome questions? I think that a lot of times, like with this and everything, we get going and we answer questions as they come across, but these are well thought out questions and I like them.
Yeah, they are.
I have heard of people who hadn't pressure canned before. They had only water bath canned, and then they filled their pressure canner all the way up. So there was this one tangent, squirrel, okay? But there was this one lady, she got botulism poisoning from canning her green beans, which she didn't understand. She tried to pressure can them, if I understand or remember correctly. She tried to pressure can them, but like a water bathing where she filled the pressure canner all the way up over the lids of the jars, but then she forgot to vent, so the temperature never really got to the point where it needed to, and she way overfilled it, and she actually did end up poisoning herself with her green beans.
Damn.
So it is good to follow the guidelines a little bit there.
Yeah.
Just understand how the process works a little bit before you jump into it.
That's why I'm asking these questions, right? I try to be at work. I try to be severely detailed because I don't want to get nobody hurt or make a mess or something like that. And this is our food, right? This is my kid's going to eat this. You know, I'm going to eat him. All right. You know, I don't want to poison nobody. Whole hundred, maybe one person. No, I'm joking. But you know what I mean? And I don't want anybody watching this to get anybody hurt either. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. Conversely, if you have too little water, you'll ruin the canner, and you can also blow everything up in the canner.
You can explode it. Yeah. You know.
Oh, yeah.
You'll have uneven heat, and your jars can crack, fracture you. And I work around steam and stuff like that. And sometimes you think something's fine, and you touch it, and it will explode. Right? You'll have something that's sitting on a steam line, and you think it's some guy left his thermos over there, and it's so superheated hot, and just that little movement, something like that can explode on you. So you can pull your jars out of there, and you think, "Oh God, I didn't have enough water in there." Thank God that blew up, and as soon as you pick it up, you made a chain reaction inside, and that jar could explode on you.
Yeah.
That happened to my father-in-law.
Virginia, you kind of answered this one already, but what's the best way to label and mark your food? And you had the painter's tape with the permanent marker.
Yeah, I like the painter's tape, and Milkmaid said that marker will come off with rubbing alcohol. So, yeah.
You could also use something like this. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. It's well, the guy who gave it to me called it a China marker, right? But it's like a pencil. It's like a crayon, basically. So
we use those in restaurants.
Yeah, it stays on, but you can clean it off. I use this for my milking markings, on the jars and stuff, so I can just kind of wipe it off. But it doesn't smear off easily. It doesn't really ooze off with oil or alcohol or anything like that. You have to work at it to get it off.
Yeah, it wipes off really easy with warm water.
So I think we've got all my questions, but one, what's the best way to clean or your can? I'm trying to find out. After you're done using your canner, like right now, what's the best way for me to clean it, get it ready for the next time? So do you scrub it, wash it out with soap and water, or you just wipe it out? If you didn't have a mess with food in there, nothing came out, is it a detailed thing that you need to preserve it in some way?
If it's not a mess in there, I don't see any siphon that has came from the jars, then I just rinse mine and let it air dry. And then if there is, like, bacon is pretty greasy, it might siphon out a lot of grease. So I'll take soapy water to it. But I think you don't have a gasket on your canner, do you?
Yes, it does.
You do? Okay. The most important thing to remember is to put some olive oil or coconut oil or something around that gasket so it doesn't dry rot on you every single time. I try to do it every single time I can. Some people say you don't have to do it every time, but they do dry out quite a bit. So I do that.
That's a good feed off right there. Explain to everybody why you put the vinegar on the jar lids. White vinegar, right? And it's specifically white vinegar?
Yeah, and it doesn't go on the lids, it goes on the rims.
Excuse me, on the rims, yes.
Yeah, on the rims. And that's
so why white vinegar? What's the difference between white? Is it because it doesn't have other additives in it?
I'm not sure. That's just what I've always known to do is the white vinegar. I don't know the science behind it.
White vinegar is cheap for me, but I'd probably use any vinegar. It's just basically to clean off the rim and make sure there's no residue.
Yeah.
I bought a brand new jar of it today. I bought a brand new jar of white vinegar. And I felt like I was a synthetic racist. Yeah, around that word.
Yeah, I would avoid a syrupy vinegar like balsamic or those obviously really rich vinegars. Don't use that. But I imagine apple cider would work fine, but nothing in the culinary too far into that with flavor.
So what is it doing? I mean, what's it doing? Why is that so
sanitizing?
Yeah,
Just
sanitizing it. It's making it a clean seal. You're making sure you don't have any residue or grease or anything on that rim. So when you wipe it off with vinegar, you're going to make contact from that jar, from that rim to the seal, the rubber seal on the lid.
Okay.
I mean, I have seen people do it without using vinegar, just making sure they have a damp rag and cleaning it off. But the vinegar, it just gives another level of cleanliness that it's not like it's expensive. And heck, you can make vinegar out of pine needles and sugar. So, I mean.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah.
This gallon was like $2.47.
Yeah. So it's not hard.
Mm-hmm.
It's inexpensive, and it adds another layer of, okay, this really doesn't have grease, even though sometimes with siphoning you do get a little grease in there. So yeah.
Well, I was going to say my jars are done, and I've got liquid in here, but I think it's fat. But I just want to ask. I'm not going to touch them and move them, but
I want to see. I missed that earlier.
Hey, my Aussie garden. Ghost Pepper just popped in. Hey, Ghost, how are you doing tonight?
Booth.
So here's. I'm probably covering my speaker. I don't know, but here's my jars.
Yep.
And there's about a 1/4 inch of liquid in each one, but it looks like bacon broth. Oh, here. So you can see liquid like right here. Or right here. It's about that high. Are we thinking that's just fat, or did I siphon water?
It looks good.
Looks good.
Is it muted?
No, kind of.
I'm gonna switch.
All right, guys, we're gonna open up ours.
Sorry, I forgot I was muted. It looks good, Virginia.
Thank you.
See, mine has it too.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what it looks like. Okay.
Liquid gold.
Yeah. Is it not hot?
I still have I have ghosts on my hello.
What's the boo for?
That's for ghosts.
Oh, boo. Hey, Ghost. You shoot up here, man. Chris is pulling his out.
Mine's not done for another 23 minutes.
And that's why you put the vinegar and the water inside the canner to keep from getting your jar stained too, right?
Yes.
That hard water things. Earlier, you were talking about how you take care of your canner, right? And I'll be honest, sometimes I'm a negligent person, and I forget and leave my vinegar water in my canner for a week before I go to can again.
Really?
Yeah, really. It's my life right now, hon.
Does it do
my
anything?
one constant thing.
It doesn't do anything to it though, right? It doesn't ruin it.
No, it doesn't. But I did notice a residue at the water line, so I washed it out, obviously. But it is good to wash it out. This thing's like a tank. I can't kill it. So, be better than me. Wash your canner when you're done. If I'm on top of it, I wash it out with soapy hot water, and then I dry it, and then one thing that one person said one time when they were talking about care for your canner was to wash it well, dry it, and then don't seal it when you put it away. Some people put stuffed newspapers in. I'm not that prissy. Not that that's prissy for anybody who does that, but I don't know. I need things to be as tough as the crap I feel them.
Looking good, Chris. Man, you got a lot in there.
Hey, everybody, I'm going to jump down so that you have another slot if you want. I'm going to jump down. I'll be in the chat. But thank you so much. This was awesome. And 101, I'm so thrilled you joined us. Just thank you, Milkmaid, Emily, and Chris. That looks amazing. I'm going to jump to another computer. It just works a little better. But thanks, guys.
All right, Virginia. Thanks for coming up.
So I guess another good thing would point out is if you had cold chicken that you're putting in there in your jars that you're putting into your canner, you wouldn't want to put hot water in there, right? You would want to put wouldn't you want to put cooler water so you bring everything up to temperature at the same time?
Into your cold pack?
Yeah. So say I put cold food, cold chicken inside the canner, and I wouldn't want to put the hottest water I can get out of my tap in there. I would want to try to match them and keep them. If one's hot, you make them hot. If one's cold, you make the water cold, right?
You want to start everything out at the same temperature no matter what you're doing. So if you're doing hot pack, you start everything out hot. Your water needs to be hot. Your jars need to be hot. Your food needs to be hot. Same thing if you start with a cold pack. Your canner needs to be cold. Your food needs to be cold. And your jars need to be cold. And that will prevent your jars from cracking.
I'm at 0. So do I just wait a little bit longer and then take the giggler off?
You wait, what is it, 10 minutes after your, or is that 30 minutes after we hit 0? I don't know because I always have to go hours.
I'll just set it for 8:30.
I usually, after the pressure comes down, or after I turn off the heat off the stove, I wait 10 minutes and then I'll check it.
I'll give it 20 minutes.
I did find out that mine doesn't take like all night though. Like the spurting of the steam was only for a little bit. And then after that, it was a vacuum that was happening, which is why, the other night I just kind of pulled it off and said, let's see what happens. I was frustrated and it was potatoes and, if I lost potatoes in the jars, it wasn't going to be the end of the world, but I wanted to know.
Looks good, Chris.
Nice.
I have a question for people who have done this a lot longer than I have. I had one tip over inside, and nothing came out of it, but it seems like it developed about a little bit of liquid at the bottom of the jar.
It's just bacon grease at the bottom of the jar. I had a couple tip over too, and they're fine.
It looks really like water.
Does it look like
show
water?
you.
Let me see.
It's not bacon grease, it's water.
Yeah, it's water.
That's water.
Yeah, that one is.
Yeah. Y'all having bacon tonight?
Who said that?
I'm not staying up any longer than this.
Milk made you say
You
that?
can eat it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
He can eat
Stand up.
it.
was a good one. Y'all having bacon tonight?
I'll tell you what we did tomorrow morning.
Yep. All you get to do is get to sample it. It's
Yeah.
fair.
Yeah, I'll even try. I'll use some of it for. I'll try lure fishing with it too.
Good night.
Fishing with bacon.
I mean, if you don't want to eat it tonight, you just pop it in the fridge. Eat it tomorrow.
I'll probably have it for breakfast as I'm going to the lake.
There you go.
Everybody in the chat's telling you fry it up in the morning.
Uh-oh. Is 101, are you nearly done?
Yeah, I'm just cooling down. I'll take my lid off at 8:30.
There you go.
Susanna says you have to send it to her, Chris, so she can check it out first.
She volunteers as tribute.
You seeing what you're doing?
Taking the lid off so I can drain the water out, dude. You want soggy bacon in the morning?
You got 3 air fryers in this house.
101, are you still getting grease off that countertop?
Man, I tell you, maybe it's just coming out of me. I don't know. I ate so much bacon today. I mean,
Yeah, that's water.
Yeah, it's water.
Well, now we know.
Now the whole thing of bacon came out.
No, it didn't. All right, just leave it till it's touchable, and then we put it. No, refrigerate it.
Breakfast.
Put some potatoes from your other canning episode and make some hash browns.
Good thing you have Lee there with
Take
you.
that. I'll be at the lake in the morning.
it's one of my
So you're-
favorite dinners. Is breakfast. I love breakfast for dinner.
It's not
Oh,
really
yeah.
cooked.
Oh, all right. Damn.
As the cook of the house, I
It's breakfast
love breakfast
for
for
dinner.
dinner.
I'll make
Pancakes and bacon taste good, do they?
Yeah.
I'll make breakfast for dinner.
We'll have breakfast for dinner tomorrow night.
There you go.
So I had one fail out of 8. Okay. Not bad.
I gotta say, have any of you guys tried Gordon Ramsay's style of scrambled eggs? Just throwing that out there. No?
No.
You gotta look that up. Oh my word, it changes scrambled eggs.
We're stupid. We're just plainly simple people.
Oh, I get that, but man, that was a game changer for me. It's freaking good.
I still get weirded out because my wife and the kids like to put ketchup on potatoes, on a baked potato.
On a baked potato?
Yeah, I know.
It's a potato.
Just irritating. Usually it's butter and sour cream and put on a potato.
Excuse me, y'all. Sorry.
It's okay. Oh, that's okay.
Yeah.
It's not a total failure. Nothing broke inside the can. Water's clear.
Yeah,
So
at
I
least
had
there's
one
no
take
break
in
in
water.
jars.
Yeah, the jar was saved. It's a win.
Chris, you guys packed it nice. It looked professional the way you guys had it packed in there.
Mm-hmm.
But we had to stuff it in there.
Now,
Um,
when you do
I'm
the drinks,
happy,
sorry.
I'm happy with the turnout.
Brian
What?
in the chat is asking, does anybody pickle eggs? I haven't.
I do.
Anybody else?
I do.
I haven't had a pickled egg in years.
Pickling
I like-
eggs is really fun. You can get really creative with it.
Mhm. It's easy.
And they don't last
Last
long.
time I had a pickled egg was in a bar.
Where's my charger? Are you using it?
With those
Yeah.
pink ones.
Good night, Lee.
Good night.
Good night,
Night,
Lee.
Lee. Yeah, they use beet juice to make them pink. You know that?
Mm.
I did know that, but I've
I
never
know that.
tried it.
Personally, I think a pink egg's a little weird. I'm not gonna lie. But I made some chipotle ones. Those were pretty good.
Ooh.
But
You know,
the
that-
texture changes. The hard-boiled eggs, the texture gets a little bit firmer, I find, when you pickle them.
I heard the reason they make pistachios, when you buy the pink ones, it's not that there's anything wrong with them. They're just discolored and people wouldn't want to buy them. So they make them pink. So it makes you think that they're better and people buy them. Otherwise, they'd be discarded.
I didn't know that.
That's marketing for you.
Mm-hmm.
Or the little tiny potatoes that they sell as like the gourmet potatoes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's when your potato plant sucks and all it does is make little tiny potatoes. And you're like, well, crap. And some farmer got this brilliant idea to make them like gourmet little potatoes.
I feel like a fool
Yeah,
now.
everybody in chat.
I buy those all the time.
Well, I mean, yeah, I have plants that do that. They make all these little tiny potatoes. But you know how hard those things are to clean? I don't have a power washer thingy. I need to try the washing machine thing.
I was
though.
going to say, you could try the washing machine method.
I've thought about that. Honestly, I would almost get a dedicated washing machine just for that.
Power washing things for food? What do you mean?
Yeah.
What?
I did a video a couple of days ago how I process my kale. I have back issues with standing up for a long time trying to wash my greens. So a couple years ago, I'm like, well, what if I just washed them in the washer? So that's what I've been doing ever since.
In the dishwasher?
No, in my washing machine.
Really?
Yeah.
She runs it like a rinse cycle to make sure it's all nice and clean.
Uh-huh.
And then she runs it. What do you do, a full wash cycle with just no soap? Yeah.
No, I just do it on a rinse cycle and that's it. I have an old school dryer, so like if you have like a delicate, you could put it on delicate and that would work too.
Did you put that in the video? I didn't see that in the video, or did I
Yeah.
miss that?
Yeah, I did. I said either put it on rinse cycle or delicate cycle.
Probably the kids were talking to me at that point.
That's
But
all
yeah.
right. But it works, and I don't have to stand at the sink for an hour trying to wash each and every leaf.
It's a great big salad spinner. No, I could actually see that working. Well, because I to learn how to garden, I actually looked at a lot of smaller gardeners and homesteaders and stuff like that. But I also watched the market gardeners and how they did things, because they have to grow a lot of food. And I figured, well, if I plan on growing a lot of food, I want to learn what they're doing.
Yeah.
Not just like not knocking any smaller garden, but if I want to grow like everything for us to eat, I want to learn how to grow like somebody who's feeding a freaking army.
Yeah. Smart. Debbie says that my mom did that too.
That's awesome. Well, you see all the inventions that people come up with, which are fantastic, like the bubblers. Have you seen those? Like, I can't remember who it was that put it up. It was a market gardener. And they were making these bubblers, basically a tote with like some fish bubblers, I guess. And they were washing their salad greens in that to kind of get all the dirt and stuff out. And of course, then they turn it off and all the dirt sinks to the bottom. All your greens sink pretty much to the top, or float to the top. And then they scoop them out, and then they'd put them in. Gosh, maybe it was a washing machine with a spin cycle. I don't know.
That's a good idea too, though.
But it's clever. I like looking at different things.
Yeah.
Well,
'Cause I
word to the wise. Word to the wise. If you ever come to my house and I make you a salad, you might want to go rinse it off, because I just get it out of the bag and chop it up and throw it in a bowl.
Well, they're like triple wash though. Like if you pull a bug out of your salad, you know that it probably was grown well, because maybe not washed well. Yeah. It's just
I've shucked corn before and had those big old worms in there before.
Oh, yeah.
That'll ruin your day. Cracked open an egg and it's black.
Oh,
there's a feather in there and all there's feathers. Yeah, it was that'll put you on a big old diet.
That's what you call a bad egg.
Yeah.
That's why
I'm going to step off here, guys.
Chris, good job, man.
Yeah, I think I did a good job considering one failed, but I still have 7 more.
I'm gonna check my time.
Chris, the guys are stepping it up. Just saying it. Just going to throw it out there. We're stepping up our game, man.
Hey,
Y'all still there?
there's always something to do. Well, hey, guys, enjoy yourselves. Have a good night. Maybe next time we'll do this again.
Yes, sir.
Have a good night. See you later.
Have a good one, Jess. Milkmaid, Prepper 101.
Night, Chris.
Night. It's Lazarus Homestead, and we are gone.
I forgot my wife there.
How much time you got, Milkmaid?
I forgot my Wi-Fi outside.
How much time you got left?
Me, I've got, let's see, 11:25. 6 minutes left till I can turn it off.
How much?
6 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah,
not
whenever like Prepper 101 is done or whatever, you guys do not have to wait for me, because mine takes forever. We all know this by now.
I'll stay till you kick me out.
You only have 6 minutes, you said, right?
Well, till I turn off my freaking canner.
Yeah.
Still gotta depressurize. Which
If I get off here, I'm just going to go troll on some other channel, so I'm good here. I'll just go ruin somebody's day in another channel.
You know, I gotta say, it's harder to troll in person than it is in chat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is. I mean, I try a little bit.
Well, I've been on people's channels before, other than this, outside of prepping, and
Yeah.
I don't try to chat because you figure you're trying to be respectful to it.
Where
But
have
the
you
chat room,
been?
the chat room. There's no laws. There's no rules, man. Well, there is, but yeah,
You can get, and you can always hit retract real fast.
yeah.
No, I've said stuff before, and I'm like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have said that. It's a little more anonymous when you're typing.
Well, I'm going to tell you a little secret about Prepper 101. For about every 10 comments he puts out there, he pulls down before he hits enter, probably 3 or maybe 4, right? Because there's a great. I'm not mean. I'm not trying to be vicious to anybody. I'm not trying to be disrespectful in any way either.
Right.
But there's some that's like, yeah, you know, when I'm sitting there going, man, I don't know, that's questionable. I just take it off. I'm not out there to piss nobody off.
Are you sure you weren't around any military?
No.
Yeah.
I work in the oil fields. We're pretty much smart mouth all day.
Pretty much the same thing, yeah.
Sarcasm.
Yeah. Well, I grew up under a rock where sarcasm didn't exist. And then I met sarcasm, and he and I became good friends.
Yeah. I got some family that's in the military, and I got him on Facebook, and now he'll put some stuff on there, and it's like, I'm pretty good at jokes, sarcasm, and all that. There's some stuff I was like, it takes me a minute to get some. I got to like Google and figure it out, but it's a military thing, right? There's military jokes on there, and it's, you know.
Oh, that's hard.
Yeah.
Especially when they get into the acronyms, and I'm like,
Yeah.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G.
You served in the Army too?
Me?
What'd you
No,
serve?
my husband.
Oh, I thought you said you
Might as
served
well
too.
have. What?
Huh? I thought you said you served. No?
No.
Oh, just your husband? I thought you both did, sorry.
It feels like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Well,
thought
you did.
too.
But families serve too, the way I look at it. It's you guys all serve, right?
In a way.
Sacrifice.
It's
Yeah,
an
you do.
interesting. It's an interesting world. There are some. Well, I didn't realize this, but how to put this diplomatically? There are some good military wives, and there are some like not good military wives. And until you learn to distinguish between the two, it's challenging.
I've heard a lot of stories.
What?
I've heard a lot of stories.
Oh, yeah, there are stories. You learn to get a thick skin too. I mean, you really do. Like if you want to hang with the guys at all, and honestly, like sometimes they're easier to hang with.
Yeah. I think that's in any life, honestly.
Yeah.
Hey, but you guys are pretty vicious.
Oh, yeah. There's a reason mother-in-law jokes exist. You never hear about the father-in-law jokes, right?
No.
No, poor bastard. He ain't got time to bother nobody.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
But
pop
for
the
the
top
record,
off
I have a
mine.
wonderful mother-in-law if she's ever watching this.
I do too.
B. Mitch is asking, Jess, will you be doing a class next Saturday? No, I will not be. This is a one-time thing. I was just filling in for Ghost Prepper. So anybody that wants to continue canning, you can head over to Ghost Prepper, and more than likely you'll see me over there.
Yeah, but y'all got to check out the Tincture Tuesdays.
Yeah, I do Tincture Tuesdays, and I do a dehydration day on Thursday. And both of those are live. So I have my schedule over on my about page, or no, on my community tab. I have my schedule so you can see what times and days and everything that I go live. So check that out. Huh?
I hate when I miss your breakfast cooking. Because half the time I'm doing chores or doing whatever else and I can't.
Yeah.
I'll pop in for a second and I'm like, oh, if I say hi, then like I'll seem rude if I jump back out. But I do see them and I do watch them.
Well, thank you. It's okay. I understand a lot of people aren't up at that time, but it's just a way to get me motivated.
I love the whole keto breakfast things because, like, well, for this month, my husband went carnivore. But other than that, he does keto. So those ideas and stuff like that, because he loves his carbs. Like, whoa. So having those ideas and things to do is really cool. I appreciate that a lot.
Well, you're welcome. Thank you for watching.
Yeah.
B Mitch, the canning over at Ghost's channel, if that's what you're talking about, is at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
So I got the lid off. I can take them out now. I got the lid off.
Oh
yeah.
Yeah.
Show us your cans. Not those.
Thank you, Best Life.
Oh, yeah.
Whoa, there's his first can.
See, I could have got more in there. There's not a whole lot in there.
Oh, look at that.
I could put a whole lot in there.
That was the, I wonder if that was the one you did only 10 slices in.
Yeah, no, these are the 15s.
Oh, okay.
See, I could have done, I could probably put 30 in there.
Yeah.
There you go. I'm sure there's still quite the vacuum.
This one here has 23.
Oh, there you go.
There's still a little
That's
room here.
quite fuller.
Over here.
Oh, it's exciting.
It is exciting. I can't wait until you guys taste it.
Oh, I'm not gonna lie. Like a jar's getting cracked open tomorrow.
As the first thing sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
That's the first thing my husband said when he seen me pulling the jars out of the canner. He said, "Can we open one now?" And I'm like, "No."
Nice.
Awesome job.
It's done.
You did your first canning. Congratulations.
My first cannon, man. That blew up. Didn't blow anything up.
Thank goodness.
I was kind of disappointed, but
Oh.
You did awesome. Well done. And see, now your chair's gone, bud.
yeah.
You gotta keep going.
Thank you guys. Thank you guys. You guys answered all my questions and everything.
You're welcome. Thank you to everybody on the panel and the chat for helping me answer the questions. Sheesh. Some of them were some tough ones. They were good.
Yeah. I love that. Like, I think that's a good thing. And, you know, also good if we don't always know the answers and, you know.
Yep. That's why I love this community, because if I don't know the answer, I know somebody's out there that's going to back me up and come up with that answer.
Right.
I train people all the time, and that's what I tell them. I say, hey, man, if I don't know the answer, I'll stop. I'll find the person that knows the answer. You know what I mean? 'Cause you don't want to leave somebody in the dark. Or
Yeah.
Right. And there's no such thing as a dumb question. I really hate it when somebody's like, dumb question.
Mm-hmm.
Like, no, it's not dumb.
You're popping. So what's that? So what's that popping sound?
That's your
I
paint.
mean, that's your ping. That means your jar just sealed.
That means a jar seal.
Yes.
That means it went from what was it? Convex to concave.
Yes.
Okay. So that's the temperature dropping and starting to pull down and pull the vacuum on the lid.
Yes.
See, he's got that engineer brain, man.
Uh-huh.
I had two. There was two so far. Sorry.
They're gonna keep pinging. It's a beautiful sound. I never get to hear mine because they all ping in the canner.
Oh yeah. It takes yours so long, that long. You just leave, and that's another thing. It's okay to leave them in there because you're not going to spoil your food because it's canned food. You can leave them in there for a week, and nothing's going to happen, right?
I mean, that's my theory.
Yeah.
We haven't died yet.
You might
Yeah, well,
you might start getting rust on your rings if you left it in water like that.
I actually have had that happen.
Have you?
Yeah. Well, and that's why I've actually started backing off with using so much vinegar because I don't measure anything.
Yeah.
So I glug. So
that's what I did.
yeah. I'm like, that's like a half cup, maybe quarter cup or something like that. But yeah, I if I leave them for a longer period of time, especially if if it gets on my lids, like if there's any kind of rust on my lids, then I don't tolerate that. I'll go ahead and use those right away.
Yeah.
But the rings, that's not that big a deal. And
yeah.
then you'll
Also, sorry, Milkmaid, go ahead.
No, you.
I just want to also say that, like, after you've canned them, you want them to sit for at least 24 hours on the counter. Don't move them. Don't touch them or anything. That'll make sure that your lids are sealed. And then after 24 hours, you can go and remove the rings if you want and wash your jars.
And it's kind of recommended to remove those rings. And the reason being, do you mind me saying this?
Go ahead.
Okay. The reason being, if you had your ring still on, right, and then you had your jars sitting in a cupboard or whatever, and you have some temperature fluctuations, and maybe there was a bad seal with one of your lids, if you have that ring on and it's tight, you could actually have a seal break, and then the temperature fluctuates again, and then it reseals. But that break in the vacuum could cause growth of, bad stuff. So that's why you take your rings off, is that, if your seal breaks, you'll know it's broken.
Yeah.
But if you leave your ring on, sometimes you can have like a re-seal that's false, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Do you know the history on canning when it first began?
Oh, inform us.
No, I don't. I know, but I don't remember everything. I just thought maybe you did. I want to say it was the Civil War era.
It probably was.
So they could to feed the troops. So they learned how to can. They learned how to can food so they could feed the troops because they had millions of troops.
Now I have to look it up.
Yeah, I know. I was going to say that would be a good one for next Saturday because I won't be here. You'll be here. One of you two will be here, and maybe you can check that out and you can teach everybody that.
That would be cool.
I want to say that's when it came out was in the Civil War.
See, you're just plain shy. You read up on that stuff.
No. I haven't watched. I literally haven't watched TV in a couple years. But I want to say there was like Civil War history years ago on the History Channel, and that was one of them.
Brian in the chat's asking how long canned bacon lasts. I was looking that up today because I think the last time I canned bacon, the longest it sat on the shelf was 6 months because we ate so much. But when I was researching it, they were saying anywhere from 10 to 15 years.
So if that Yoder's can I opened up a little bit ago, if they were right, that last number designates the year, that would be 2012. A can was 9 years old and it tasted good. There wasn't nothing. I would go another, and it was good to test it. I would go another 10 years on that can with no problem. As long as you keep it, I keep the house is always 76 degrees and it's in a cabinet. There's no light. I wouldn't worry about it. I'd go another 10 years.
No. Well,
I've ate MREs that I have that are over 10 years old. Some I went through them, but I had some that were like 10 years old. And other than the M&Ms and the Skittles being hard as rocks, the food was good. I like it. I think they're good. A lot of people don't like them. I think they're good.
Do you get the little tiny Tabasco sauce jars? Those are the cutest.
They are cute. I love those things.
I want to give you a second mission for next week. You got to find out about when canning began and why and how. Your first mission over that though is the angry prepper. He's got all the stuff to do this. We got to con him into coming in here and doing that. It'd be awesome to have him up here.
Right. I think he's chicken.
I got his number. I'm gonna call. I'll just call him and I'll argue him. He'd be awesome to be up. Him and his wife would probably be a kick-ass show to watch. You know what I mean?
Oh my gosh, I love his wife. She is so funny. Like if you ever see her stuff in the chat, I know you do because you banter back and forth, right?
Oh, his wife? Oh yeah, I joke with his wife all the time. She's funny. She's got she's smart too. Yeah. Huh?
Oh yeah. I'm trying to figure out who wears the pants in the house, him or her.
Yeah. Every now and then I tell her thank you for letting Tap come out and play with us because I know she's the boss.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, he'd be awesome to be up there. That would be a great show, man.
I hope they'll do it. I hope he bites the bullet and does it because it is scary. It's one of those things where it's scary to begin with, and then you're like, why was I scared?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was harder to prep.
Sorry.
It was harder to prep the bacon than it was to do the canning. The canning wasn't hard.
That's usually the way it goes. Prepping is way harder and longer to do no matter what you're doing.
Yeah. Like, oh gosh, butchering. Oh.
Yeah. Ugh.
And I guess the other hard thing would be knowing the pressure, knowing the time, that you got to do it. Right?
Well, that's what I like about meat. Meat to me is the easiest thing to can because no matter what, it's always going to be the same pressure. Well, it's going to be the same pressure no matter what you can in a pressure canner. But the time for meat is always the same for pints and quarts. So you're doing 75 minutes and 90 minutes no matter what meat you're doing.
With the exception of fish, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Exception of fish.
But I don't can fish, so.
If I wanted to can some hamburger tomorrow, 90 minutes.
Yep.
If I want to do chicken, 90 minutes.
Yep.
See, that's easy. I can go back and watch your guys' video, what you did, and I can.
Yeah.
Well, I got to find jars. I got a few jars left. Jesus, man.
Hey, hit up like Tractor Supply. Hit up your Ace Hardware if you have them out there. I don't know what you have out there.
Tractor Supply. Everywhere I went had half pints and pints. I got lucky at an Albertsons grocery store. They had one case of quart largemouths, and I went to another store, Save Mart. They had the 1 quart amber jars. I didn't get them for whatever. I go, well, I better find out. You know what I mean? Maybe they're just a decorative thing. They're made for like putting candles or something. They're not really meant. They're not food grade. I didn't know. That's why I asked that question. Are they acceptable? Will they be able to be used? Because some boxes don't have everything on it.
If it says canning anywhere on the box, then it should be qualified for pressure canning. Don't quote me on that, but I'm fairly certain it has to do with the thickness of the glass. Oh, look, he bought them too.
See, this box had directions and stuff on the bottom of the box for canning.
Okay.
That's what I was looking for. And like the amber ones I found, they didn't have anything on there.
Oh.
So I go, well, you know what? When I seen this, I felt comfortable buying it.
Usually if it says ball or car or cur or however you pronounce that,
Yeah,
K-E-R-R, they're owned by the same company, which is kind of hilarious when people argue about, who's better. And I'm like, they're owned by the same company, y'all.
Man, this is funny right here. I just got in front of the computer and I came into the screen and I kind of freaked and I go, who the hell's that guy? Oh, that was me. Yeah, but I seen those. I could have bought 8 of those at a grocery store, and that was like my 4th stop. I still had to go like 2-3 more places before I found these.
Did you go hunting for?
What's that?
B Mitch says in the chat that they just ordered wide mouth from Walmart's website. So that might be another place to check out. Sorry, Milkmaid. Go ahead.
Oh no. I was worried that he went looking for quart jars because I said quart jars because I thought Jess had said quart jars.
So did Ghost. I think Ghost said quart jars too.
Did he? Okay, now I feel better.
To be honest, I would rather put them in quart jars. I would rather have more in there. Right?
Yeah.
Now I know the volume. I would put 30 pieces of bacon in my quart jar. Right?
Yeah.
And then I would know how, you figure out how many's in a pack, and then you could, I can get 7 jars in there. I'll know how much bacon to buy next time.
Yeah.
Well, and bacon's so freaking expensive now.
Wow,
I can't
man.
wait to build a smoker, man. I've got like so much bacon waiting to be smoked.
Usually when you buy the big pack of like the thick slice, like the store brand or whatever, it's actually a pretty good price. It was like almost $45. I picked it up and I dropped it on the floor. I don't even want to touch that. You know what I mean? I was like, I couldn't believe it.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, I noticed when I went shopping not too long ago how much meat went up, because when we were raising cattle and we were looking at selling like grass-fed beef, like direct to customer, my husband was like, "Oh, we'll market it at like, I don't know if I can ask $5 a pound." And I looked at him, I'm like, "What?" And I went to Sam's Club and I took pictures of all the different cuts when I was in there at how much it cost per pound for like steak, rounds, roasts, all those different things, even ground beef. And I was like, and you feel bad about charging $5 a pound if we were to sell direct to customer for grass-fed, non blah, 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 enter your fancy label here.
Yeah.
Beef? I was like, are you nuts? Like, do you realize you could actually make a profit on this? But yeah, that fell through.
Yeah.
So that was one I was thinking about raising and selling pigs, because there's a fast turnaround on pigs. Every 6 months you can sell that pig.
Yeah. We're doing Culinary this year. We'll see how that works.
Doing who? Bless you? What? What's a Culinary? I've never heard of that.
They're like a smaller.
Like something you need a shot for.
They're a smaller breed, and they have like smushed up nose, like really smushed up. Well, go look at my videos and see Carl.
Yeah, the one with the ears.
Yeah.
Yeah, he looks like a gremlin. He looks like he's from the movie Gremlins.
Yeah, but they're registered.
That's a Culinary?
Which, that's a Culinary. And honestly, I don't give a flip about registration. I don't. Like, I think it's the dumbest thing ever. Like, meat is meat is meat. But people are asking $600-$700 for a piglet, and they're selling out like crazy. So
For
like,
a piglet?
Okay, for a piglet, like a piglet.
Is that registered?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we got two different sets of heck of a deals for registered pigs. So we're going to be selling some piglets, and then the rest of them can be grazing and they don't root, which is kind of freaking awesome if you want to turn them out in the field with the cows,
$600 a piglet. He better be able to drive that tractor and plow his own field to grow his own food for $600.
Right? But people pay it. I don't understand it. Like, they have to wait 2 years for the pork.
Yeah. And not only that, you get a lot less.
2 years?
Right? Which
Ooh, wow.
supposedly it's like high quality. To me, pork is pork. I'm a horrible salesperson. Can you tell?
Yeah, I'll stick to my full-grown hogs.
Yeah, I got a couple of feeder. We call them the squealers because they never shut up.
Kind of like me.
Yeah, like you.
I was trying to say heritage hog and I couldn't get it out.
Oh yeah. What kind of breed do you raise, or are they kind of meat mutts?
I raise New Hampshire, or some people call them Hampshire, and then also the Tamworth.
All right. Yeah, these I think are landrace because we've done guinea hogs or American guinea hogs. We did some kind of, I think it was a Tamworth cross. They're really tasty. And then the two that we're raising for pork this year are landrace, and then the rest of them are Cooney Coons that we're going to breed and then sell the piglets and then let some of them grow out. Because you barely have to feed them anything. You know how you have to shovel feed into hogs?
Yeah.
The Cooney Coons are like a cup or two of feed a day. Like they get fat on air. It's insane. They're more of a lard pig. So sorry. Squirrel. But anyways, sorry guys.
It's okay. I'm starting to fade out.
I am too.
Is yours
like
done?
way past my bedtime.
Mine?
Yeah, is yours done?
No, we're still trying to get down to 0. So, y'all don't have to wait for me. I meant to post a video. I did take a tiny video of my chicken from last week. I'll just go ahead and do like a video and maybe post it for you guys, because otherwise we're going to be here for another hour waiting for my big A canner to come down.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and end it. I feel bad. I don't want to leave the milkmaid behind.
I'm always left behind. It's okay. No child left behind never occurred to me.
All right. Well, I want to thank everybody in the chat and everybody that came up on the panel. I really appreciate it. I had fun. I hope you all had fun. I hope this was a good experience for you, Prepper 101.
You gonna come back again?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right. I
Do that
hope
ribs.
y'all-
Let's see what
Oh
Mark was talking about doing ribs. That sounds pretty good.
Oh yeah.
Oh gosh. Don't get me started.
Well, thank you guys. I appreciate your help. I answered all my questions the last 2 days or whatever, but I had a good time. Thank you.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you.
All right. Well, I hope you all stay happy, healthy, and safe, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye,
Later.
y'all.